What is up, everybody? Nick Fiore. This is the Furious Nation YouTube channel right here on youtube.com. This is the Royal Rumble 2021 review and results video from the Royal Rumble 2021 event from last Sunday night, January the 31st of 2021, streaming live from the WWE Network. Adam's with me here for the Royal Rumble 2021 review. And I thought we'd start off the review video right here by saying this. And I really want to say this right now. I really do. The Royal Rumble build was not good. The Royal Rumble build was not good. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. You are just wrong. Now, listen. I'm not the guy, and Adam's not the guy either, that sugarcoats or shills or blatantly lies to your face. We're honest with what we're saying and with what we're watching on a weekly basis with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, Dynamite, etc., etc. We don't bullshit to you guys. We don't lie. We're truthful. We're honest. We spit facts. We don't shill right to your faces like Ryan Satan and all. We don't drink the Kool-Aid. We don't sugarcoat. If there's something good, we praise it. If there's something bad, we call out the WWE on their bullshit and we tell them what needs to be done in order to fix that and make it better. That's what we do. We call it like it is. We don't sugarcoat anything. We don't sugarcoat anything. When we watch something, we're honest with what we're watching. When there's a good show, we would let you know. If it was a bad show, we'd let you know. Royal Rumble 2021 was a good show. Outside of like a couple things or whatever. But all in all, the Royal Rumble 2021 show was a good show. We had a SmackDown Women's title match between Sasha Banks and Carmella. That was decent, and Carmella has another decent match with Sasha. The Women's Rumble was produced good. The Men's Rumble was good, though I would have preferred, though we didn't have the ending that we wanted, and we had the opening with the WWE Championship match, opening the show with Drew McIntyre and Goldberg. The right decision was made. Well, it would have been the wrong decision if Goldberg would have won, but thankfully that was not the case. And Drew McIntyre retained the right move. We had Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens in a last man standing match for the Universal title, which was fantastic outside of that up until like that ending with that botched ending. But other than that, the fantastic last man standing match for the Universal title between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. And then we had the
Men's Royal Rumble match.
The Men's Rumble, talked about Women's Rumble as well. First title last man standing match, WWE title, and the SmackDown title match, and the WWE title match, Universal title last man standing match. But there was like 5 matches on the main card, and one of the matches, there was a 6 match on the show, but it was moved to the pre-show. The women's tag team title match moved to the pre-show with Asuka and Charlotte defending the women's tag team titles on the pre-show against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax on the pre-show. The women's tag team title match was moved to the pre-show. Good.
By the way, I did not watch the pre-show because I was not going to waste an hour of my life watching miserable matches and miserable people on a kickoff show. Acting like a bunch of fucking children.
Yeah, if you missed the pre-show, you missed nothing, to be honest. And we might as well talk about the pre-show first. And now, this was during the day of the Rumble last Sunday. They announced the women's tag title match was moved to the pre-show. Good, because Charlotte and Asuka versus Shayna and Nia for the women's tag titles. Who gives a fuck about that? And thank God that was on the pre-show. No one gave 2 shits about it at all. No one gives 2 fucks about it whatsoever. and it was on the pre-show, rightfully so. And that match was garbage anyways. Thank God it was on the pre-show. Thank God it was on the pre-show and not the main show. And I was afraid they were going to move Sasha and I was afraid they were going to move Sasha to the pre-show. Thank God they did not do that.
I mean, who the hell wants to? I mean, seriously, who the hell wants to see Charlotte Flair and Nia Snax on the fucking main show for a women's tag team title match? Who the hell wants to see that?
Nobody wants to see that at all. So they did the right thing by putting the women's tag title match in the pre-show because the women's tag titles are worthless.
Yeah.
And when I found out this women's tag team title match was announced for the pre-show, I was like, okay, now I have more of a reason to not watch the pre-show. And I watched that match. Garbage was that women's tag title match on the pre-show. Absolute garbage. I'm gonna go over it right now. And speaking of it, we might as well go over it right now. So we're going to talk about that right now. So, and actually, before we get started with the pre-show, we'll talk about that first in the main show, and yada yada yada. Before we get started, I'm Nick Fiore. For those of you who are watching this for the very first time, I'm Nick Fiore. This is Adam. This is Viewers Nation YouTube channel, right here on YouTube.com. Royal Rumble 2021 review video from the Royal Rumble last Sunday night. And before we get started with the pre-show and the main show and discussing everything, voicing, giving our opinions and what we think, which possible scenarios could be, etc., give our opinions on all that. Before we get started with all that, follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579 over on my Twitter page. Follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiore2014. Follow me on Facebook as well on Nicholas.Fiore.31. And be sure to follow Adam on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to follow Adam on Twitter at Carl Adam Johnson over on Twitter. Go follow Adam on Twitter at Carl Adam Johnson over on Twitter. And hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications so you're notified whenever I upload stuff on the channel and it gets published onto YouTube. So subscribe to the Furious Nation YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Turn on that bell, hit that bell for all notifications, and make sure you hit a like on this and make sure you smash that like button on this video too. It'd be greatly appreciated, guys. And we're gonna get started now with the Royal Rumble 2021 pre-show. The Royal Rumble 2021 kickoff show, the kickoff match on the pre-show for the 2021 Royal Rumble event. Kickoff on the kickoff show. Women's Tag Team Championship match, Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This is not, and like I said moments ago, if you did not watch this match, I swear you didn't. I swear you missed nothing here. This match was not good at all. This match was not good at all. Charlotte and Shayna start this match in the ring, right? Charlotte then locks in a side headlock. Then Charlotte traps Baszler in the corner. Flair and Asuka then working over Baszler in the corner. Baszler then surprises Asuka with a gut shot, not a gunshot, gut shot. Sorry about that, guys. Apologize, miswording. Jackson tags in, and she runs, and Nia Jax runs over Asuka. Jackson Baszler then take turns working over Asuka. Asuka then manages to powerbomb Nia Jax off the second rope. Baszler breaks up the pinfall attempt. Asuka then tries a head kick, but Jax turns it into a sit-out powerbomb. Flair breaks up the pinfall. Asuka tags in Charlotte, and Charlotte clears the ring. She's firing up. Charlotte then hits a double natural selection to Charlotte on both Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and Baszler kicks out. Asuka then dives off the ring steps and hip attacks Nia Jax. Does Asuka. And then Shayna, Baszler, and Nia Jax then both toss Asuka over the announce desk. Flair then surprises Shayna and Nia with a moonsault off the top. Charlotte's awful moonsault. Charlotte's moonsault is terrible. Retire the move, please, Charlotte. Please retire the moonsault, Charlotte. Charlotte does that moonsault. Charlotte's moonsault is not good at all. It's nothing. It's all knees when Charlotte does it. All knees.
It's all knees.
I remember WrestleMania 34 when she first fought Asuka, right? For the SmackDown Women's title,
Yeah.
WrestleMania 34, right? She did this. Charlotte did the Spanish Fly. Replace the moonsault with the Spanish Fly. Charlotte does the Spanish Fly much, much better than she does the moonsault.
Yeah.
Just Charlotte's moonsault is terrible. Just get rid of it. It's not good. It's never been good. It's nothing but knees. Probably one of the worst moonsaults. Probably one of the worst moonsaults I've ever seen. Seriously, Io Shirai does the moonsault much better than Charlotte. Much better.
That's true.
Much better. When Io does it, it's not all knees. When Io Shirai does it, she does it with impact, and it's not all knees. It's like picture perfect, and it's like the body and all. When Io Shirai does it.
Yeah.
With Charlotte, that's not the case at all. It's nothing but knees when it's like she does here, and it's like, it's just awful. It's nothing but knees and all when Charlotte does it every time. And every time Charlotte does it, it gets worse and worse and worse. Charlotte's moonsault's never been good. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. So then we have Charlotte hitting her god awful moonsault. And then Ric Flair's music hits and he walks out on the stage ramp. Flair then puts Jax in the figure eight. Flair then puts Baszler in the figure eight leg lock. Evans then hops up on the barricade and breaks up the hold while the ref gets distracted. Flair then hands Evans something. Evans hits the loser's right with a foreign object on Charlotte. Charlotte's out cold. And then Nia Jax gets tagged in. And then Nia Jax with probably the worst leg drop I have ever seen on Charlotte. And 1, 2, 3. And winners and new women's tag team champions, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. What are your honest thoughts on all this, Adam, and what we fucking saw? Be honest.
Well, Mike. Well, again, I wasn't paying attention. I was with my other phone.
We had an awful moonsault from Charlotte, and then an awful leg drop from Nia Jax, man. Go watch the leg drop on Charlotte by Nia towards the end of that match. So bad. No
Leg
impact
drop.
with that leg drop whatsoever.
Oh, wait. Did Nia actually hit a leg drop? Oh, yeah, that's right. The worst leg drop in the history of the fucking industry.
Probably one of the worst leg drops I've ever seen. With that leg drop she did on Charlotte at the Royal Rumble on the pre-show.
First of all, Hulk Hogan should teach Nia Jax how to do a good leg drop.
He does it way better than Nia Jax does.
Yeah.
And Hogan's retired.
Yeah.
Yet Nia can't do the leg drop properly.
Yeah. Oh.
And when she does it to Charlotte, it looks so bad. And
Yes.
Charlotte loses here, but not clean. Charlotte the Queen protected once again. Do you see why we dislike Charlotte Flair so much, people? Do you see why we think Charlotte's nauseating? Do you see why we don't like Charlotte? Do you see why we harp on Charlotte? Do you see why we hate on Charlotte? Do you see why, people? And this is why.
And of course, Baszler and Nia Jax went back to titles.
Yeah, another thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Charlotte and Asuka. They beat Shayna and Nia for the titles last month. Back the month previous month of December 2020 at TLC, right? And then Shayna and Nia won them back the next month at the Rumble last Sunday night. So why the fuck did you give Charlotte and Asuka the women's tag titles in the fucking first place if this is what you were going to do? A waste of
Of
time.
course.
A waste
We
of
all
time.
we all know the reason why they took the titles off of Baszler and Nia. We all know the reason why.
Yep. Charlotte
You
versus
guessed
Asuka is inevitable.
And you know the reason why they took the titles off of Shayna and Nia at TLC when they shouldn't have. Of course.
Just to add another
their
reign-
good old queen.
just to add another non-memorable reign for Charlotte. Just to add another reign to Charlotte that will not be memorable at all.
And
It won't be memorable at all. And you know they're gonna want to add, and you know they're gonna want to add
their queen.
Go ahead.
Shut up. Shut up. And yes, for the people who are watching, I am a heel, of course. Nick is your good guy.
True.
The reason they gave Charlotte and Asuka the titles of TLC is to show. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they took the titles off of Shayna and Nia. To show Charlotte as a Grand Slam champion.
Because Asuka, Sasha, and Bayley were the first 3 women's Grand Slam champions. You know Charlotte couldn't handle that at all.
Of course.
Because Charlotte's a big crybaby who's used to being given everything on a silver platter. And Charlotte and Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley are the first 3 women's Grand Slam champions. You know Charlotte couldn't stand that at all.
Of course, she couldn't.
And you know they're gonna want to add, and you know they're gonna want to count, and you know WWE and Vince McMahon are gonna want to count the women's tag team title as singles women's championship title reign for Charlotte. You know they're gonna want to count that with Charlotte eventually breaking her own father's record, which will mean nothing.
Idiot.
You know they're gonna want to count that.
Please no. He cannot be
Knowing this company,
Vince,
I would not put it past them.
Vince, Dunn, and Bruce, they cannot be dismantled.
But knowing this company, Adam, I would not put it past them at all. I would not put it past this company whatsoever. And Asuka and Charlotte, we all know what's coming. We all know what's coming.
Yeah.
Another reason why they took the titles off Asuka and Charlotte. Watch them do Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania this year in Tampa for the Raw Women's Championship. Watch them do that. Watch.
It's inevitable.
It's coming. It is coming.
Get ready for it, folks. Get ready for it, folks.
Oh, but they won't do that. Oh, but they're not going to do that, man. Watch.
Get ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, am I sounding here like the Beaver or another fucking universe there?
Yeah. But kickoff show, women's tag team title match, awful. Absolutely awful. If you missed this match, you save yourself the misery. This match was terrible.
Yeah.
Thank God this was on the pre-show. Imagine if this was on the main show.
I'm glad I didn't even watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God this was on the pre-show. Imagine if this was on the main show.
I would have fallen asleep.
Yeah. Thank God this was on the pre-show. And thank God this was on the fucking pre-show. And then that was your pre-show. But then we get to the main show of the Royal Rumble. They have the intro and the pyro and stuff. And then they open the Rumble with the first match being the WWE Championship match. They actually announced this on the pre-show. Actually, the first match to open the Rumble last Sunday, WWE Championship match, Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. This made me very, very fucking nervous. And I know I'm not the only one that thought that.
It made everyone nervous, bro. It made everyone nervous.
Yeah, because it's like, I heard a rumor that Vince usually with pay-per-views, he likes to start off with title changes if a title match opens a show, usually with Vince's demented mind. he likes to start off the show with a title change if there's a title match opening the show. And this is why one of the reasons why it made me fucking nervous with this match opening the show. And we were also nervous. It's like look at what Goldberg did with the Fiend and Goldberg burying the Fiend in Saudi Arabia at Super Showdown 2020 last year. That nightmare. I don't want to remind you of that. That was so god awful. Because of that,
Trash.
we were nervous. It's like, is Goldberg going to be selfish? Is he going to put over McIntyre? And
Well, he did that.
before we talk about that and all. So we were all very nervous and all going into this. I'm like, is Goldberg going to win the WWE title? Is he going to enter the Rumble and win the Rumble? I'm like, please fucking no. God, I hope not. All of us were like, please no. Nobody wants to see that. And by the way, fuck Bill Goldberg.
Your word of the week.
Fuck
Bill Goldberg.
So we have Drew McIntyre. We have Drew McIntyre making his entrance with the sword thing, the sword that Vince actually gave him, by the way, personally.
And Bill Goldberg did his usual entrance.
With the security guards knocking on his door, and he walks down the aisle and backstage. And his pyro and all. And Goldberg's wearing Brock Lesnar's UFC shorts.
Yeah, we all know all about Bill Goldberg's entrance.
So then Goldberg and McIntyre, they stare with each other in the ring. The bell doesn't even ring yet. And both men are staring each other down. McIntyre then headbutts Goldberg right in the face. McIntyre headbutts Goldberg right in the forehead. McIntyre headbutts Goldberg right in the forehead. McIntyre then runs the ropes, and I'm like, oh, no, please don't tell me Goldberg's now going to hit the spear. But McIntyre runs the ropes, and McIntyre actually spears Goldberg. Drew McIntyre hits the spear on Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
So then Goldberg and McIntyre then take it to the outside of the ring. Goldberg throws McIntyre into the steel steps. Then Goldberg spears McIntyre through the barricade. And then it looks like McIntyre is like hurt. And the bell didn't even, and then the bell still hasn't even rung yet. Referees check on McIntyre, see if he can still go. McIntyre then gets back in the ring. And Goldberg's in the ring waiting for him. Drew McIntyre eventually, Drew then eventually gets back in the ring. Goldberg then calls, and then the referee, and then Goldberg is calling for another spear. And then the referee, so Goldberg is trying to call for another spear, right? Is Goldberg. Then the referee asks McIntyre if he can still go. McIntyre says yes. And then the referee rings the bell. Then the referee finally rings the bell, and the match is officially underway. And Goldberg tries a spear, but McIntyre gets a knee up. McIntyre hits a Claymore. 1, 2, kick out by Goldberg.
After one Claymore.
Yeah, this is the first Claymore of the match.
Yeah.
And McIntyre's going for another Claymore. He misses the Claymore. Goldberg hits not one spear, but 2 spears by Goldberg. And then I think we had a cover, right? And 1, 2, kick out.
Yep.
1, 2, kick out.
Yeah, of course.
Then,
kick out.
Yeah. I heard a rumor not long ago with Vince saying that usually he likes Goldberg finishing off matches with a jackhammer, not a spear, for some weird reason.
Oh, I don't know.
And Vince is sick, weird, twisted, demented mind.
Well, doesn't Goldberg always win matches with the jackhammer?
Yeah, usually. So then,
always wins the matches. Well, he jackhammer.
Yeah, spear's a setup than a jackhammer.
Yeah, so he doesn't win with the spear. So why would Vince even think that? So why would Vince think that Goldberg should always win the jackhammer? It's always been that way.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Goldberg hits. So McIntyre's going for a second Claymore. He misses it. Goldberg hits 2 spears, kick out by McIntyre. and then Goldberg's going for the jackhammer. Goldberg hits the jackhammer. Now, when Goldberg hits this jackhammer, right? He has Drew McIntyre in the jackhammer. He lifts him up. Like, he has McIntyre up, and then he couldn't hold McIntyre, and he kind of dropped him. Like, he dropped him. He couldn't hold him there. He wasn't strong enough to hold McIntyre there. And he does this to McIntyre, the jackhammer, does Goldberg on McIntyre, and he drops McIntyre like it didn't even look like a full. It looked like it's like a jackhammer, but not like a full like jackhammer where you land on the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't well. Yeah, well, at least
it's like when Goldberg did the jackhammer, he couldn't even hold McIntyre there. That's why when he did the jackhammer to McIntyre, it looked like awkwardly.
Yeah, he dropped him on his fucking shoulder.
And then Goldberg goes for the pin, and this really fucking scared me, man. It really did, man. And we had a 1, we had a 2, and kick out. A kick out at 2 and 1/9. 2 and 1/9. I swear to God, I thought it was done there. I thought it was. Yeah. I thought it was over for McIntyre. I thought we were gonna have to call Undertaker and Kane to set up a funeral date for the burial of Drew McIntyre. I thought we'd have to call Undertaker's Druids and have to. I thought we'd have to get the Undertaker's urn and casket. You know.
You know. Yeah.
We all thought we were going to have to do that. And it's like, I thought McIntyre wasn't going to kick out. He kicks out. Thank Christ. Thank Christ.
Thank God.
That's
the grace of God.
That really scared the shit out of me. I'd be lying to you guys. We'd be lying to you if we told you that didn't scare the shit out of us. It really did. It really fucking did. So Goldberg can't believe it. McIntyre kicks out of that jackhammer. Goldberg can't believe it. Then Goldberg goes for another spear, and he misses. He eats the turnbuckle. McIntyre moves out of the way. Then McIntyre hits another Claymore. McIntyre hits a second Claymore in the match, and 1, 2, and 3. Then Drew McIntyre, still the WWE champion. Drew McIntyre beats Goldberg, and Drew McIntyre is the winner, and still your WWE champion. And then after this match, Goldberg then says, then McIntyre deserves the title. They hug, they embrace. And then Goldberg leaves the ring. He gives McIntyre the spotlight. This Goldberg and McIntyre celebrating in the ring, celebrating that he's still the WWE champion.
And Goldberg was never seen again by the end of the
Goldberg lost clean here to Drew McIntyre.
Clean.
It is over for Goldberg in title matches. It is over. He lost fair and square, clean to Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, 3, right in the center of that ring. He lost clean to McIntyre. He lost to Drew McIntyre clean. 1, 2, 3 with the Claymore. Goldberg lost clean.
No more title shots for you, Goldberg.
And no Royal Rumble match for you either, Goldberg.
Yeah, which, as well, he did not show up at the Royal Rumble match in the main event.
God. Thank God. No Rumble match for you, Mr. Goldberg. Thank God.
Yeah. Now you can go back to your house and go back to your garage.
And when McIntyre won clean here, we were then like, you know what? McIntyre won clean here. I don't think with Goldberg in title matches, I don't think we need to worry about that anymore right now.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to worry about that one for the rest of the year.
Don't have to worry about that anymore. But what are your thoughts on this match overall and this outcome? And where do you think these guys go from here, and your opinions on all of this? The floor is yours, brother.
Well, what do you need to say to me about this match? It's your usual Bill Goldberg match.
And you're paying him all this money when it's the same, when it's never different with Goldberg.
It's spear, it's spear the jackhammer, and then his opponent hit his own finisher on Bill Goldberg.
And I actually timed this match when this match happened. 2 minutes, 30 seconds this match happened, by the way.
Yeah, 2
I
minutes and 30
actually
seconds.
video recorded this on my phone during the match. If I have it. It was right here. Thought I deleted it? Couldn't have deleted it. Oh no, it's right here. I don't know if you guys can flip the image.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes,
Yeah,
32 seconds.
But yeah, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Actually,
Yeah,
2.5 minutes. And usually
Yeah,
Goldberg, he can't wrestle more than 3-minute matches, or he gets gassed out really easily. When all Goldberg does is spear and jackhammer, and Goldberg's cardio sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, this match was no different. But this time they had it, but this ended with the right outcome.
Drew McIntyre going over is the right move. If Goldberg would have won the title here, who would have fought Goldberg at Mania this year for the WWE title? Braun Strowman? Nobody wants to see that match again. Goldberg and Strowman again? Shoot me. Shoot me.
Please no. Why would you have two guys in the same ring knowing that they will be gassed out?
Goldberg even said not long ago that you talked about his match with Strowman at WrestleMania 36 from last year. Goldberg even said that match was miserable. Who can blame him?
Well, as much as we hate him, he even knows the match is miserable because he
right.
knows Braun Strowman is a train wreck when it comes to in-ring abilities.
Yeah, because all Braun Strowman does is wee-hoo, wee-hoo. Because guys, we have some groundbreaking information.
Hold on. Save it when we talk about him at the Royal Rumble in the match.
Though this just came out, man. This just came out, man. This just came out of nowhere, guys. Adam and I have groundbreaking information. It is so groundbreaking. You're gonna be mind blown. Trust me, guys. You're gonna be absolutely shocked when you find this out right now. Listen to this. Braun Strowman. Listen to this. He runs fast. He runs fast. I know. Adam's even shocked that he found this out. I'm shocked that we found this out. Braun Strowman can run fast. And I mean, he runs really, really fast. He runs so fast. And I mean so fast. I mean, that's all Braun does is run fast, you know? Outside of a shitty power slam and drop kick, the guy can't wrestle for shit. But for a while, Braun Strowman, for a while, the Strowman Express had a flat tire and completely ran out of gas. He couldn't run fast for a while because the Strowman Express, man, ran so fast, so much so that the Strowman Express completely ran out of gas and got a flat fucking tire.
Yeah.
Though, unfortunately, he was in the Rumble later on in the night. We're going to talk about him and what he did.
Unfortunately.
Because you know what he did, but we're going to talk about that later on in the video. But anyways. Yeah, Goldberg, Braun Strowman, nobody wants to see that again. Goldberg, Keith Lee? No. Goldberg, Matt Riddle? They have the Twitter history, but Goldberg, Jeff Hardy?
It's 2021. Why would you put Goldberg and Jeff Hardy in a fucking match?
Yeah, exactly.
2021.
Though there were rumors when Goldberg was Universal Champion last year, Jeff Hardy was originally going to beat Goldberg for the title, but then they didn't do it because of Jeff Hardy's history with drugs.
Yeah, but it's 2021 now. Jeff Hardy's doing nothing on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, the guy's been an absolute loser. We're going to talk about him with the Rumble later on in this video too, and how he was treated in the Rumble. Jeff Hardy's been a loser since coming over to Raw, and I mean a loser. And
Yeah.
I hate to say that about Jeff Hardy, man. I really do.
So but Bill Goldberg for once was not selfish in match.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre going over is the right move. I don't care what anyone says. Now, for once, Now, I thought Goldberg was going to be selfish and not put him over because of what happened with The Fiend in Saudi Arabia in 2020. And I thought that would be the same case here. Thank God it was not the same case. Thank God McIntyre went over. And I was shocked that McIntyre went over. I really thought Goldberg was not going to put him over, but I was proven wrong. And I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm glad Goldberg put him over. For once, he did the right thing. McIntyre going over is the right move, and McIntyre beat Goldberg clean. Do you know what this does for McIntyre now and his title reign? Right now, this legitimizes McIntyre now.
Yeah.
For having now a decent reign with the title.
Yeah, now that he's defeated Bill Goldberg. He's defeated Bill Goldberg.
And listen to this, guys. The guys that McIntyre's beat now. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, though a little hiccup with Hell in a Cell 2020. And then in the end, the Big Show.
Yeah. Yeah, who, by the way, the Big Show main evented WrestleMania 36, by the way.
Oh, but it was Lesnar and McIntyre, man. Big Show and McIntyre was the Raw after Mania, man.
Raw after Mania? Then why was there...
It was for the Raw after Mania, man. It wasn't still WrestleMania, man. It was for the Raw after WrestleMania, man. What are you talking about? The main event of WrestleMania 36, man.
There was the WrestleMania logo.
But it still counts as the Raw after WrestleMania, man.
It counts as WrestleMania. There was a WrestleMania logo. There was a referee. There was Tom Phillips and commentating.
It counts.
Yeah. So this was the main event of WrestleMania 36 in 2020. The Big Show in the main event.
In the year 2020. Let that sink.
Yeah. Yeah. WrestleMania in 2020 inside the Performance Center. And the main event is the fucking Big Show.
Oh my God. God awful. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, he's beaten Brock Lesnar. He's beat the Big Show. He's beat Randy Orton. And then he's beat Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Adam's favorite idiot, Dolph Ziggler. He has beaten Bobby Lashley as well. And now, and he's beat Seth Rollins as well. And now he's beat Bill Goldberg. And he beat AJ Styles as well.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Now he's beat Goldberg. Do you know what this does for McIntyre now, especially after he's beaten Goldberg? Do you know what this does for McIntyre now that he's beaten Goldberg? This legitimizes McIntyre and his reign. Yeah. And makes McIntyre now have a decent reign now with the WWE title. And I'm glad McIntyre going over. McIntyre, I'm glad he went over. Drew McIntyre winning is the right choice. And where do you think Drew goes from here? Who do you think he wrestles at WrestleMania?
Well, after tonight we've seen at the end of the show with the Men's Royal Rumble, you know that you know who his opponent would be.
Hopefully, if that's the case, but we're going to talk about that later on at the end of this very video. But anyways, I do want to say one more thing before we move on to the next match on the show with the Royal Rumble last Sunday night, Adam. Goldberg put over Drew McIntyre. Goldberg put over Drew McIntyre, right?
Yep.
Now, Goldberg put over Drew McIntyre. Why couldn't he put The Fiend over at Super Showdown 2020? How bad does it look now for The Fiend now? How bad does it look now? Goldberg refused to put The Fiend over, but he was willing to put Drew McIntyre over. Do you know how fucked up that is?
And this is in the middle of WrestleMania weekend. 2 years in a row, Bill Goldberg was challenging for a world title in WrestleMania weekend.
Awful. He refuses to put over The Fiend Bray Wyatt, but he has no problem putting over Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucked up that is, bro?
It makes The Fiend's loss to Bill Goldberg even more worse.
How bad does it look now for The Fiend? Now The Fiend is even more. The Fiend is dead right now, regardless. But I mean, he's dead, period, at this point. Strike
Yeah,
one was Rollins with the Hell in a Cell 2019 finish. That was strike one. Strike two was Goldberg at Super Showdown 2020 in Saudi Arabia. That was strike number two. Strike three was TLC 2020 with Randy Orton in the Inferno match. That was strike number three. The Fiend is good as dead.
He's not getting out from the grave. He's not.
The Fiend will never ever recover. At this point, can we just get rid of the Fiend completely and bring back the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt? Just kill the Fiend gimmick completely and bring back the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt, please. At this point, that's how dead the Fiend character is right now. It is dead. Absolutely fucking dead. And if you don't see that, open your eyes.
It's just sad for Bray Wyatt that he put all of his work and all of his effort in what he did with the Fiend character, and it was all wasted in Saudi Arabia.
For what? First, the Hell in a Cell DQ finish at Hell in a Cell 2019 with Seth Rollins. Remember that shit?
We don't want to give you nightmares, but we'll have to remind you, unfortunately.
That DQ finish in Hell in a Cell 2019, when you booked yourselves into a corner and you had the DQ finish inside the Hell in a Cell in 2019 with the Fiend and Seth Rollins, the DQ finish, Bray was dead from that night. Bray was already dead before Saudi Arabia with Goldberg.
Yeah.
And like you said, Bray did all this work with the Fiend only for it to get killed completely by Bill Goldberg in Saudi Arabia last year.
Yeah. Yeah, how bad does it look now that he wasn't put over by Goldberg, yet Goldberg put over Drew McIntyre?
Stupid. It's fucked up.
It was in the same fucking weekend. In the same weekend for WrestleMania weekend.
But this was January this time. It wasn't February, man. It doesn't fucking matter.
Who cares? This is WrestleMania weekend.
It's the road to WrestleMania.
It fucking counts.
It absolutely fucking counts. And it's like when the Fiend now, it's like he's dead right now. It's like, and the Fiend will never ever recover from this. He won't. And if he does come back with a different Fiend, it's not going to be the same. Vince will get his hands all over it. You know, the original Fiend, Bray, was all hands on. Vince had nothing to do with it. And you know Vince got fucking jealous of that.
Of course.
Absolutely awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Hell in a Cell 2019 with Rollins versus the Fiend. They booked themselves into a corner with that bullshit. And then they had the Fiend's first reign as Universal Champion. The Fiend character is just it. And the Fiend character should be nowhere near titles. Name me one thing memorable with the Fiend's first reign as Universal Champion outside of Daniel Bryan with the strap match.
No.
You know?
Yeah, hold on. No.
Yeah. The Fiend's first title reign as Universal Champion was not good. Name me one thing memorable. Name me one thing that was memorable about the Fiend's first reign as Universal Champion. Name me one. Guess who that was?
Zero.
Or Daniel Bryan in the strap match at the Royal Rumble in 2020.
Now, outside of that match, at the Royal Rumble 2020 with Daniel Bryan in the strap match, there was zero.
And Bryan brought him to his best match to date at that time. No shit.
Legitimately.
And then Saudi Arabia Super Showdown 2020 and Goldberg burying the Fiend. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Oh, but Bray Wyatt beat John Cena in a Firefly Funhouse match, man.
Who cared?
What happened after that? What did we get after that?
Who did he feud with?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ron Strowman. Oh, but it's Wyatt family history, man. Fuck that.
Who is Braun Strowman, number one in the Wyatt family, to begin with?
Yeah. And then they had Roman Reigns come back as heel at SummerSlam 2020. And that night, right before that happened, the Fiend wins back the Universal title for a second time, only for him to lose it the next week. The next week!
Without even a payback.
At Payback 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was not even penned.
Yep. And then they drafted the Fiend to Raw because you can't do Fiend versus Strowman because neither guy can lose.
Yeah. And then they put him in the feud with Randy Orton.
And now the Fiend is dead. Oh, but the Fiend and Randy Orton in a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania, man, that's exciting, man.
It's exciting. It's excitingly bad.
Who cares about if that match happens at Mania? Who cares? I don't. I don't care for that at all. I have zero. They could do a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania this year in Tampa with Orton and the Fiend, and I still won't care.
Yeah, nobody will care. No one will.
No one.
Yeah, but
Moving
Drew
on.
McIntyre retains the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre.
And Goldberg, no more title matches for you and no Rumble match for you, Goldberg. It's over. Goldberg lost clean. He's done. Good.
Now go back to your garage.
Three more matches left with Goldberg. 3 more matches.
Who is he gonna face at WrestleMania then?
Matt Riddle, man. They have Twitter beef, but yeah, they have Twitter beef, but no.
He might as well face Randy Orton. Well, I give a shit.
Have it at SummerSlam for all I give a fuck.
Have Goldberg not show up at WrestleMania. Have him face Randy Orton at SummerSlam, and you could give Bill Goldberg his victory.
Is Goldberg even needed at WrestleMania? I don't think so.
No, he's not. Have him show. If you want Bill Goldberg in a match, have him wait until SummerSlam and have him face Randy Orton. Well, I give a fuck. And you could give Bill Goldberg then his victory.
Yeah. Moving on. So McIntyre retains his title, and we got no cash in from The Miz, by the way. I thought The Miz would cash in with this match as well. We didn't get that.
Yeah.
And by the way, new weekly reminder, The Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's a loser. Not sure if you realize that.
Yeah, The Miz is an embarrassment of Mr. Money in the Bank.
You know, the same guy who lost to Gwen Metalik. You know, the same guy who lost to Gwen Metalik clean weeks ago on Raw via roll-up in 3 minutes. You know that guy.
Which we will talk about him later. We'll talk about him later on.
Oh, yeah. We have some ranting to do on that one later on in this video for sure, of what happened to him in the Men's Royal Rumble. And also in another video with the Raw review. We have a lot to talk about with that, man. But anyways, yeah, I can see Adam laughing his ass off. Anyways, next match. SmackDown Women's Championship matchup between Sasha Banks versus Carmella with Reginald.
Oh.
Adam, or who Adam calls Reginald, the Kofi Kingston lookalike.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah, look at his hair.
His dreadlocks.
Yeah, look at his hair. Yeah, look at it.
Yeah. So, Sasha Carmella smacked the women's title match. Soon as the bell rings, Banks almost blocks in the Banks statement. Carmella, however, rolls out of the ring. She starts to trash talk Banks before rolling back in. Banks then takes down Carmella again. Banks then lands a springboard arm drag, which looked nice. Banks then slaps Carmella in the face. Banks then tries the same move again, but Carmella sends Banks to the apron. Reginald then gets up on the apron. Banks then trips him, and he falls to the floor. Carmella then leaps off Reginald's back and clotheslines Banks into the announce desk. Carmella gets a near fall from that, though. Carmella then unloads on Banks in the corner with elbow strikes. Carmella then locks Banks in the rope hung triangle. Carmella then breaks it at a 4 count. Carmella then continues working over Banks. Banks starts to fire up, and she hits a double knee strike in the corner. Then Sasha hits 2 out of the 3 triple verticals. Sasha then hits the triple verticals, so 3 amigos, but she does 2 instead of 3. Nice little tribute there to Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
and then
that was nice.
Sasha, I believe, next goes for a frog splash, but Carmella puts the brakes on it. Then Carmella tosses Banks out of the ring. Reginald then catches Banks. And then Banks takes Reginald over with the head scissors. And then the referee sees Reginald. He catches Reginald, this referee. And then the referee ejects Reginald from ringside.
Yeah.
Then it's Carmella. Now it's Carmella versus Sasha with Carmella on her own. And then, so goodbye, Mr. Reginald. Barred from ringside.
Yeah.
The Kofi Kingston lookalike is barred from ringside, folks.
Yeah.
And then we had Carmella surprising. So then after this, Carmella then surprises Banks with a suicide dive, which I thought Carmella almost landed on her head with that move.
Thankfully, she didn't.
Yeah. Thank God Carmella did not. Thank God that Carmella did not get a concussion, because that looked scary the way Carmella landed with the suicide dive. I mean, I like a suicide dive, but you don't need to do it a lot.
Yeah.
Because that move because when Carmella did the suicide dive here, it did look fucking scary. It did look like she was gonna land up. It looked like she landed on her neck, or her head had a concussion. It looked scary. Legitimately. Then Carmella argues with the ref. Banks hits a suplex, then goes up top. Banks tries a frog splash, but Carmella gets the knees up. Carmella then puts Banks in the code of silence. Banks escapes and blasts Carmella with a sliding knee. I like Sasha's knees, man. Sasha, man, one of the best they have, man. And Sasha, man, really good at what she does, man. And I like the knees that Sasha does. They look really good.
It always looks great.
Yeah. And the reason why Banks is one of my top favorites, and for this reason, she's that damn good. Yeah. Banks then dives off the top into a super kick by Carmella. So Banks then is on the top rope, right? She dives off the top rope. This Banks. Carmella with a super kick in midair, hits the midsection. Then it's another super kick, this time in the face to Sasha with a super kick by Carmella. Second one, super kick by Carmella.
Yeah, but the second one was on the midsection. Super kick. What? The second one was on the mid. The second super kick was on the midsection.
Yeah, you're right.
So then,
made her super kick by Carmella. Carmella then after this immediately hits a basement super kick, and 1, 2, and Banks kicks out. Carmella's screaming in frustration. She can't believe it. Carmella then starts to get frustrated. Carmella then tries to pick up Banks, but Banks rolls her into the Banks statement. And so Banks statement by Sasha locked in on Carmella. Carmella taps out, and winner and still here SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks, the legit boss. Your thoughts, man, on all of this? Take it away.
It was a decent match. And the same, it was pretty much expected that Carmella was not going to win. It was pretty much expected.
Couple things I want to say here. You can tell Carmella's gotten better in that ring.
Yeah, she's gotten better, but of course she was not going to win the match. Of course.
And of course, it was going to be a decent match too, because Sasha can carry someone to a decent match. Sasha's a ring leader. She's one of the best women they have on the roster.
Yeah. Carmella looked good, even in defeat.
Yeah, and the match was good.
Yeah.
And like you said, Carmella looked good in defeat. Now, do you think it's over between these two?
Yeah, I think Carmella lost clean. It's over.
A good match, but Carmella lost clean.
Yeah. And what do you do with Carmella after that? I don't know. Maybe have her feud. Maybe have her and have her challenge for the women's tag team championships. Maybe
with Bayley.
Yeah.
Could do that. But
you could do that if you want to find something for Carmella to do. That would be interesting.
Yeah. That could be something.
Yeah.
Now, and Sasha retains, rightfully so. And like I said, when I think WrestleMania, I don't think Carmella winning the title here would be, if Carmella would have won the title here, it would have been the wrong move. Sasha retaining is the right decision because Sasha's one of the best you have on the roster. When you think WrestleMania, you think the best. And who's the best right now in terms of in-ring wise? It's Sasha Banks, not Carmella. Carmella's gotten better, but when you think Mania, you think Sasha. You do. Sasha retaining is the right move. Go ahead.
Carmella will not be at WrestleMania. And if she is, how about put her in the women's tag team title picture?
Yeah. I mean, there's a battle royal, but I would say your idea of the women's tag title situation.
Yeah.
To be honest. But a good match here with Sasha and Carmella. Sasha going over the right move. Carmella looks good even in defeat. And that was that. And I will say this. At first with Carmella with this new gimmick, I wasn't like, I don't know what to really think of it. Just, it's not for me. But then over the recent few weeks as of late, you can tell she's gotten better. You can tell she wants to get better.
Well, that's true.
And look at Carmella from 2018 when she was SmackDown Women's Champion, Miss Money in the Bank. And then look at her now.
Yeah.
Just compare the two.
Legitimate.
You know? Like when she was Miss Money in the Bank in 2018 and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte and Asuka, then there was the thing with James. Then there was the bullshit with James Ellsworth, you know?
Yeah.
That was bad.
Awful. We're awful television.
And then you look at the Carmella now, she's gotten a lot better. But yeah, Sasha retains in a good match against Carmella over the SmackDown Women's title. Sasha rightfully retains the SmackDown Women's title here at the Royal Rumble last Sunday night. So then we go backstage, and Big E is shown. He's also shown with Xavier Woods. Big E hypes up Xavier Woods for the Rumble match later on in the show. Sami Zayn then walks in. He walks up to them and he complains. He's with this camera crew. He's talking about these conspiracies against him. And Sami then starts to complain about Big E being the Intercontinental Champion, saying that Sami's the rightful IC champion, saying he was robbed of the title. He says Big E didn't beat him fair and square. He says Big E didn't beat him fair and square for the IC title. He says, Sami says he was robbed of that championship. And then Kofi pops up behind Zayn and he scares him. Woods then tells Zayn to hit the bricks. Kingston then says he's not cleared to wrestle for the Rumble tonight, but he had to come anyway. When one of them wins the Rumble, they all win. And watching this backstage skit with the New Day and Sami Zayn, the New Day, I'm not sure if you caught this. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Brody Lee, the New Day wearing ring gear, showing tribute to Brody Lee. That was nice.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So I got to give it to New Day, man. And I'm sure Amanda Huber was watching, but especially John Huber up there. I'm sure he was watching over the New Day. I'm sure Brody Lee had a big smile on his face up there, watching down over the New Day. I'm sure Brody Lee was proud and he had a big, huge smile right on his face. Was Brody Lee up there? So that was nice to see with the New Day showing the ring gear tribute to Brody Lee. That was really, really nice, and I almost wanted to tear a bit. And still to this day, Brody Lee went way too soon. At 41, he still went way too soon.
We still miss him to this day.
Yeah. So then moving on, we then get the next match on the show. We get the Women's Royal Rumble, and before this, they show the Royal Rumble by the numbers promo thing, which looked decent. And then
it's the usual promo they do for the Royal Rumble matches.
They show like the statistics, which is pretty decent every year, pretty good every year.
Yeah.
And then we get the next match, the Women's Royal Rumble match. The Women's Royal Rumble match. So they announce like the rules and yada, yada, yada. You're limited by going over the top rope with both the end and the floor, blah, blah, blah. Every 90 seconds, a new entrant enters and yada, yada, yada. You know the rules of the Rumble. I don't need to say it.
We all know the rules.
None of us need to say it. The rules. You guys know the rules of the Royal Rumble match. So then the Women's Rumble. Entry number 1 comes out. And it is, and she was actually Adam's pick to win the Rumble, the role model Bayley from SmackDown, number 1.
Well, she didn't win the Rumble, but I'm not gonna get pissed off here.
True.
Cameron, now, I hate you. Cameron, if you're watching, I hate you.
Though in all seriousness, Cameron, we like you, bro, and hope you're watching. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you're doing all right. And
honestly, why don't we do some? Honestly, why doesn't he, you, and me do some commentary? And we all yell at each other. You're two both the faces, and I'm the villain.
So I mean, I have good ideas. Adam has good ideas. I mean, Cameron has some good ideas too. It's like, it's like we have subjective opinions. I mean, some people sometimes you have good ideas, bad ideas, but I mean, it's a subjective matter, But and then the Shove It Squad, it's all good usually in the Shove It Squad. But in all seriousness, though, Cameron, in all seriousness, no. Sorry, sometimes you have one of those days you can't talk, man. Is Monday Night Raw causing me to not talk?
Yeah, legitimately. Are we talking about Raw? Or we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw tomorrow morning, or after this show, after we review the Rumble.
Yeah, for sure. We'll shit on that probably right after this video here. After recording this right now, the Royal Rumble 2021 review video and results video. Recording this right now. But anyways, in all seriousness, no, Cameron. Hope you're watching, brother. Hope you're doing all right, and want to say what's up and want to say, how you doing, and shout out to you, bro. Hope you're watching. We like you, and we like the rest of it, and same thing with the rest of the Shove It Squad. The whole Shove It Squad, including Cameron, you mean a lot to us, and DJ Storms as well, and Joseph Conlon, the rest of the Shove It Squad, you mean a lot to us. Anyways, Bayley's number 1 for the Women's Rumble. Then we get number 2. And I honestly thought, going into this Women's Rumble last Sunday night at the Royal Rumble, I honestly thought we were going to get entries number 1 and 2 in the Women's Rumble. Number 1 being Bayley, and number 2 being Bianca Belair. But Bayley was number 1, but number 2 was not Bianca Belair. It was Naomi. Yes, Naomi is back. She is back from she was injured for a while, or was she?
Yeah.
But Naomi entered up at number 2. Did not expect her in the Rumble.
Well, I expected.
And she had a good performance in the Rumble too.
How did you not expect? Because I was one of the people who expected.
I mean, I kind of thought she would return after the Rumble, but that's just me. But she had a good performance though in this Rumble, though.
Yeah, and yes, folks, Bruce found her. He found her. He found Naomi.
No more catering for Miss Naomi.
Yeah.
Naomi got sick of the mac and cheese casserole and Titus Catering.
Yeah.
Made by Matt Riddle, by the way, because Matt Riddle makes excellent mac and cheese casserole for Titus O'Neil and Titus Catering, by the way. Matt Riddle makes excellent pizza pies and excellent mac and cheese for Titus and Titus Catering.
Yeah, legitimately.
Yeah. Next to Tucker, Drew Gulak, and Humberto Carrillo, who still thinks it's Taco Tuesday and Titus Catering.
Yeah, are we talking about catering or are we talking about a Royal Rumble match?
Yeah, legitimately. But Naomi's number 2. So Bailey's 1, Naomi's 2. Naomi's back from injury, or was she injured? But regardless, Naomi and Bailey was 1, and Naomi was number 2 in this thing. So Bailey, Naomi are the first 2 to start this women's rumble for this year, 2021. So I thought it'd be Bailey and Bianca the first 2, but it was Bailey and Naomi. I mean, I thought it'd be Bianca number 2, but Bianca last year was number 2, if you remember. And I thought it'd be the same this year.
Bianca, well, she did enter.
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that shortly. But Naomi number 2, I don't mind it. But Bailey and Naomi start this thing. Bailey's trash talking to Naomi, saying she already beat Bailey, with Bailey saying she already beat Naomi. Bailey talking trash to Naomi. Naomi then blasts Bailey with a kick, and she twerks. There's Naomi, a head kick by Naomi. Naomi then lands the rear view. Naomi then tries to lift Bailey over the top rope, but Bailey holds on. She puts the brakes on it. And then the countdown goes on, and we get entry number 3, the EST, Bianca Belair. So Bianca was not 2, but she was 3.
Yeah.
You know, Ric Flair was number 3 in the Royal Rumble in 1992, but we're going to talk about Bianca and all at the end of this Women's Rumble. But Bianca enters next. She's number 3, is Bianca Belair from SmackDown. Belair enters the ring. She goes right after Bailey. Bailey then slides under the rope to avoid getting tossed over the top. Naomi then tries a powerbomb on Belair, but Belair puts the brakes on it. Belair and Naomi then cartwheel around the ring, trying to powerbomb each other. And like they were doing like these, like trying to powerbomb position each other, which was nice back and forth with Naomi and Bianca. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And then Bailey almost dumps both Bianca and Naomi over the top rope, but to no avail. And then the 4th entrant, Billie Kay. 4th entrance, Billie Kay.
Unfortunately.
And then when Billie Kay enters, he's walking down the ramp. Billie Kay then sits at the announce desk, and she never gets in the ring. She has the headset on. Billie Kay shows her resume. Yada, yada, yada. Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares?
And then we get entry. Go ahead.
Honestly, why do we need to mention more wrestling when we could mention the entries already in a row?
Well, I'm just going over my notes, but anyways, then we get number 5 from NXT, Shotzi Blackheart. This was nice to see.
Yeah, this was nice.
Shotzi will be a champion by 2021 in NXT. Mark my words. And it was really great to see her in this Women's Rumble. And now, next number 5 is Shotzi Blackheart. She's in her tank, making her way down the ramp. Billie Kay is standing on the ramp too, and Shotzi with her tank. She then has her tank. She has this ball thing in the thing of her tank. She shoots it at Billie Kay with Shotzi's tank, which I chuckled.
Hilarious.
Shot to Billie Kay by Shotzi Blackheart with the tank thing, how it shoots from the tank thing.
Hilarious.
Welcome to the ball pit, folks. Welcome to the ball pit via Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah.
And then Blackheart shoots Kay with the missile from her tank. Blackheart then gets in the ring and drop kicks Bailey off the top and hits a senton on Belair, which looked nice. And then we get number 6, Shayna Baszler.
Well, that is
nice. Or as Anna would call, Bailey's twin sister.
Really?
You know?
Yeah, legitimately.
So next,
there was a problem there. There was actually one problem I had in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Every time the Billie Kay was on commentary, and whatever entry, when did it last? Until entry number what? I don't even know. And when someone enters, she just sits up from the commentary and goes to the apron.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell books that?
Yeah, when someone
And
is trying to make when someone's entry number is up and they're walking down the ramp, but they don't get in the ring and they wait.
yeah, and Billy Kay goes in the goes from the commentary to the ramp.
I hate that.
Come on now, who books that?
Yeah, like you really think
What-
Billy Kay has any chance of winning the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, right.
The chances of Billy Kay winning the Royal Rumble are the same amount of chances of Monday Night Raw producing a good television show.
Yeah,
0.
of course.
0. So then Baszler's number 6. Kay then tries to give Baszler her resume and the 8x10, but Shayna Baszler knocks her into the barricade. Good on you, Shayna. She even knows this resume thing with Billy Kay is trash.
Yeah.
Then Baszler joins the brawl, gets in the ring, joins the brawl. And then we got number 7 from NXT, Toni Storm. Yes, Toni Storm. For the second year and second time in a row in the Royal Rumble for the women. Toni Storm. Nice. It was nice to see her.
Yeah.
So now we have Shotzi Blackheart and Toni Storm now in the Women's Rumble at the same time.
Yeah.
2 women from NXT and fought in the Women's War Games in December 2020. This was nice to see with the Storm and Shotzi in the Rumble.
Yeah.
This thing here. So number 7 is Toni Storm. And then Storm then ignores Billy Kay. Good. Toni Storm ignores Billy Kay. Like who would listen to Billy Kay? Come on.
Yeah. Well, seriously, why wasn't Billy Kay already in the fucking ring and get eliminated within seconds?
Yeah, like who would want to pay any attention to Billy Kay too?
Awful.
So Toni Storm ignores Billy Kay and she hits a few German suplexes in the ring. I love Toni Storm's German suplexes, man. The snap German suplex, they look really good.
Yeah.
Really good to see. So then Storm hits a hip attack in the corner to Naomi. Love the hip attack from Toni Storm as well. Naomi then responds with the rear view. And then Shotzi Blackheart tries a head kick, but Baszler picks her up and dumps her over the top rope. Shotzi Blackheart's eliminated. She's the first one eliminated by Shayna Baszler. Shotzi Blackheart eliminated by Shayna Baszler. And Shotzi's the first one out in this Women's Rumble for 2021. Shotzi Blackheart, the first one eliminated. And then number 8 comes out, and it's Jillian Hall. Ugh. Why? Jillian Hall. Yeah, the one that's a former Divas champ and held it for what? Less than a few minutes in October 2009 on Monday Night Raw. I'm sure you don't remember that.
Or when she sings.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Her singing back in the Ruthless Aggression era. I wanted to. They almost made my ears bleed. I wanted to do this or this. Awful to a T. And I mean to a T.
Well, she was in the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah. First time in a decade, the Jillian Hall scene for the first time in a decade.
Yeah.
Jillian Hall, I was never a fan of Jillian Hall. She sucked in the ring. And as a singer, just ear bleeding, you wanted to change it's like it made your ears bleed. It was just booed for the wrong reasons was Jillian Hall. It's like she made you want to change the channel. And then, so Jillian Hall is number 8. She enters this thing. Hall then agrees to team up with Billy Kay. Billy Kay then eventually gets inside the ring. Billy Kay is now officially in this matchup now officially. She's in this Billy Kay now in this matchup. And Kay and Hall. So Hall then agrees to team up with Billy Kay. Kay and Hall then hit the ring and they almost eliminate Naomi. And then Billie Kay and Jillian Hall. Listen to this. So Kay and Hall are trying to team up, and Billie Kay comes up with this idea: Billie, Jilly, or Billie and Jilly. Can you get any more cringe than that?
Oh,
Can you get any more cringe than that?
whoever thought this was a good idea needs to get fired.
Whoever thought this was a good idea needs fucking help. And I mean quickly.
Seriously, whoever thought this in the script was a good thing needs to fucking go away from creative.
Yeah. Whoever thought this was a good
Never
idea
should-
is a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, they need to be fired and not write for another wrestling company ever again.
Yeah. So Jillian Hall and Billie Kay almost eliminate Naomi. And then number 9 comes out, and it's Ruby Riott of the Riott Squad. Number 9, Ruby Riott of the Riott Squad. Ruby Riott hits the ring, and she drops Bianca Belair with the STL. And then we had a nice back and forth with Ruby Riott in the ring with Toni Storm, which I really, really liked. Toni Storm and Ruby Riott is something I would definitely love to see one day.
Yeah.
And then we get number 10, 1/3 of the Rumble. Number 10 is next. And it's Victoria. Yes, Victoria, former women's champion, former WWE women's champion. Victoria is back in the Women's Royal Rumble in 2021. And Victoria looked great here.
Yeah,
Victoria looked great, man. What did you think? Oh, so Victoria back.
She looked
I mean,
fantastic.
Victoria, she looked great. What did you think of her? I did not expect her at all.
Yeah, she looked. Yeah, no one expected her to return.
For the first time since 2009, when she lost to Michelle McCollum on SmackDown in January 09, the loser leaves WWE match, and Victoria lost clean. And then she was in that women's battle royal at WrestleMania 25 in Houston for the Miss WrestleMania crown. She was in that battle royal too. The last time she was seen in WWE was there at the time. And
Yeah, well,
this was
all.
Victoria back to
Victoria
back to the first time in 11. No, first time in 12 years. 12 years.
Yeah,
that was nice. It was nice. It was really nice to see her, and I did not expect her, and she looked great. I wonder how old Victoria is, but she looked great, man, for her age.
I think she's 50 years old.
Or is she retired? Is she retiring?
I don't know.
But she looked great, though. So Victoria is number 10. Victoria gets in the ring. She slams and suplexes everyone in the ring before eating a dropkick from Naomi. And then number 11 is Peyton Royce. Royce then gets in the ring. Royce and Kay then team up. And then they attack, and then they team up and attack Victoria. And then Peyton Royce, the next thing that happens, Peyton Royce then hits her version of the Widow's Peak, Victoria's finisher, Widow's Peak. Peyton Royce hits her version of the Widow's Peak. Then Victoria grabs Peyton Royce, and Victoria gives Peyton Royce the real version of the Widow's Peak. Victoria showing Peyton Royce how it's done with the Widow's Peak, that gory neck breaker.
Yeah.
That's one Victoria, the WWE Women's Championship in the past for when she fought Gail Kim, and other women she fought Mickie James and Trish Stratus and Lita back in the Ruthless Aggression era, and Jazz and Jacqueline, I think, or Ivory.
I think, yeah. Yeah, but
back on Raw in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah. Victoria showing Peyton Royce how it's done.
And also WrestleMania 20, where Victoria fought Molly Holly.
Yeah.
So Victoria showing Peyton Royce how it's done actually with the Widow's Peak.
Yeah.
So that was nice. She was like, Peyton Royce hits the Widow's Peak. Victoria's like, hey, bitch, I'm showing you how it's done here.
Yeah, but we could joke all around, but come on.
Yeah. But that was nice to see there. That was nice to see there. So then we get number 12, Santana Garrett. This I did not see coming.
Yeah, we didn't see. It was actually.
Is she in NXT or is she called up?
Well, I don't know. Well, this was actually supposed to be Mia Yim's spot.
But unfortunately, Keith Lee and Mia Yim not long ago, unfortunately, they both tested positive not long ago, unfortunately, for COVID-19. Hopefully they make a speedy recovery, but unfortunately now they have COVID. They're out for a few weeks.
Yeah, Mia Yim was actually supposed to enter the Royal Rumble, but they had Santana Garrett replace her as a last minute replacement.
And Mia Yim now unfortunately has COVID-19. Unfortunately, hopefully her and Keith Lee have a speedy recovery. Yeah. So number 12, Santana Garrett. I don't know what they could do with Santana Garrett. She hasn't been doing much in NXT. I don't know if they're calling her up or keeping her down there. I don't know what she's even doing.
I don't know.
But 12 is Santana Garrett. 13's Liv Morgan. And then we get Billie Kay booting Jillian Hall off the apron. Jillian Hall is eliminated by Billie Kay. So Billie and Jelly's no more.
By the way, Billie Kay's big boot is one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, weekly reminder, Billie Kay is terrible.
Yeah.
But she's funny, man. Where?
Funny for all the.
I'd love for you to tell me where she's funny because I can't see it. I can't find it. If you can find where she's funny, I would greatly appreciate that. Where is she funny? Because I don't see it. Billie Kay is terrible.
Her big boot to Jillian Hall eliminating her was awful. One of the worst in the history of the business.
Absolutely awful. So Billie Kay eliminates Jillian Hall. Billie Kay is celebrating. And then Ruby Riott then dumps Billie Kay over the top. Ruby Riott eliminates Billie Kay. Goodbye, Billie Kay. Back to catering you go.
Yeah.
Titus is waiting for you to make more garlic mashed potatoes for Titus Catering.
Yeah.
So Billie Kay's out by Ruby Riott. Good. And then we get, 12 Santana Garrett, 13 Liv Morgan. And then number 14, Rhea Ripley. This was expected. This was inevitable.
Yeah, this was expected.
With NXT New Year's Eve with the last woman standing match with Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley. It was expected. With the outcome of that match, this was expected. So Rhea's number 14. I thought she'd enter later, but Rhea's 14. And then Rhea, she enters. So 14's Rhea Ripley. Ripley immediately goes after Toni Storm in their history from NXT UK. Ripley, after she immediately goes after Toni Storm, Ripley then tosses Storm over the top rope. Toni Storm eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Then Baszler puts Victoria in the curve with a clutch and drops her off the apron for elimination. Victoria is out by Shayna Baszler. Then Ripley tosses Garrett over the top, but she lands on the apron. Garrett then does a split to avoid a strike, which looked nice. But then Ripley kicks her right in the face, sending her flying off the apron. And now then Rhea Ripley eliminates Santana Garrett. So 2 eliminations so far for Rhea Ripley in this match. And then number 15, go ahead.
She actually had the most eliminations in the match. She actually had the most eliminations in the match is Rhea Ripley.
Which was impressive. And then number 15, halfway through this women's rumble. Charlotte Flair. Yes, Charlotte Flair. The Android Queen. So 15 is Charlotte. So Charlotte's entering the ring, right? She goes right for Ripley. Or Ripley or as soon as Charlotte gets in the ring, Ripley goes right after Charlotte. Good. Ripley trying to get some payback for what happened at WrestleMania 36. Good on you, Rhea. Good on you.
Yeah.
So then this happens, and then after that, Bayley then after this, Ruby Riott and I forget who else. Ruby Riott, I think, went over the top rope. She was landed on the outside apron. She's fighting someone off. I forget who it was. And then Bayley. Go ahead.
I think it was Ruby Riott was trying to eliminate Peyton Royce.
Yeah, I think so. So this is going on with Peyton and Ruby. Ruby was over the top, but she hangs on. She's trying to fight Peyton off as Ruby Riott. Bayley then slides underneath the ropes between Ruby's legs as Bayley, and Bayley power bombs Ruby Riott off the apron to the floor for elimination. Ruby Riott's eliminated by Bayley, and the way Ruby landed, she looked a nasty fall. Did Ruby Riott?
Yeah,
she looked out from that. Did Ruby Riott? So Ruby Riott's out by Bayley, and then number 16, Miss Catering, DB, Dana Brooke. Oh, but Dana Brooke is trying, man. Sure, she tries. And we're going to talk about Dana, and she botched big time in this match, and I laughed my ass off when she did this. She does a handspring. You know that silly running handspring attack that Dana Brooke does, and that's all Dana Brooke does. She does that move when she gets in the ring, when she's in this thing, right? She hits it. Her opponents move out of the way when she's trying to do it, and Dana still does the move in the corner anyways, and she does it to the turnbuckle. Dana Brooke to the turnbuckle. She does the running handspring attack to the turnbuckle with nobody home, and Dana does it to the turnbuckle with nobody home anyways, and I'm laughing my ass off. I swear I so laughed my ass off, man. Dana Brooke, a huge fucking botch. Oh, but Dana Brooke is getting better inside that ring, man. Sure she is. Sure, Dana tries.
For all the wrong reasons.
Dana is shocking. Not for the right reasons. Oh, but Dana tries, man. She don't try. How does she try when she still does that silly running handspring attack? Yeah, but she tries, right? Sure. Sure, Dana Brooke tries. So Dana Brooke is number 16. She had to step away from Titus Catering for a few minutes because she was making some good old sweet potato fries for Titus O'Neil. She's like, Titus, I'm going to the Rumble and the Women's Rumble. Going to be there for a few minutes. Titus, make sure those sweet potato fries don't burn, please. Because you know that's what Dana Brooke was doing.
Yeah.
So then Peyton Royce, so Dana Brooke is number 16 after this. Peyton Royce then kicks Morgan in the head as she was trying to dump Bayley out. Morgan falls to the outside. Liv Morgan's eliminated by Peyton Royce. Then number 17 is Tori Wilson. Not a big Tori Wilson fan. Go ahead.
Number 18 then.
Or number 17 was Tori Wilson. Not. Tori Wilson, number 17. Then Rhea Ripley. Then Rhea Ripley. And then Rhea Ripley power bombs Dana Brooke then after this on the apron. Now Dana almost eliminated Rhea Ripley. This I was like, oh please, no. They're not gonna actually do this.
Not in a million years.
So Dana almost eliminates Rhea Ripley. Rhea's over the top, she hangs on. Dana's over the top, she hangs on. Then Ripley power bombs. Dana was doing, I think it was some Hurricane Rana. Dana was trying to do.
Yeah.
Ripley catches her, power bomb to Brooke by Ripley on the apron. Brooke falls to the outside, and Rhea Ripley eliminates Dana Brooke. Back to catering you go, Miss Brooke.
And don't forget, Dolph Ziggler is beating her in a competition
for the best
Titus
chicken
Catering.
thighs. I think for best chicken
Yeah.
fries, right? Or is it chicken fries? I wonder.
But the best KFC maker.
For Titus O'Neil, for Titus Catering. And she went back to Titus Catering to go check on her good sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
For Titus Catering. And then number 18. Well, Ric Flair comes out, his music hits. Right? Ric Flair's music hits, and it was like, Ric Flair can't be in the Women's Rumble. There's no way.
He was not. He was not.
Yeah, no way. So then Rick's music hits, then Lacey Evans' music hits after Ric Flair's music hits, and it's Lacey Evans, entry number 18.
And we almost wanted to shoot ourselves.
Trashy Evans with Ric Flair. So Evans is entering this thing at 18. Evans is wearing the same purple robe. That looks ridiculous, by the way. And Charlotte wore purple robe and purple attire to the ring tonight as well. To the ring last Sunday at the Rumble as well, to Charlotte as well. And then last Sunday night. And then Lacey Evans then slowly gets in the ring. Flair attacks her from behind. Flair goes underneath the bottom rope. She goes after Evans, attacks. Flair attacks Evans from behind. Flair then stomps on Evans. Flair and Evans then roll under the bottom rope and fight outside the ring. Flair then gets back in the ring and dumps out Peyton Royce over the top rope. Peyton Royce is out by Charlotte Flair. And then the next elimination. And I know, Adam, you're not going to like this. Bayley's then the next one eliminated by Bianca Belair. And they didn't catch this on camera, but they did an instant replay, and they showed it. So,
by the way, why, how do you not show an elimination in a Royal Rumble match? By the way,
that camera shot was not good. They didn't show Bayley getting eliminated by Bianca. That was a terrible camera shot. They didn't show any of that at all. They had to do the replay because they fucked up on that camera shot.
Yeah, was Kevin Dunn crack or something? Was he on crack or something? Was Kevin Dunn?
Did he eat too much wood that he got too groggy for the night?
Yeah,
because sometimes if some people eat too much, they get groggy and they want to get tired and sometimes want to take a nap. Was Kevin Dunn too tired after eating too much wood?
I guess because he looked so much.
That they fucked up that camera shot big time with that Bayley elimination by Bianca.
Yeah.
But then they showed the replay of Bayley getting eliminated by Bianca Belair, and Adam's pick Bayley is gone. Bayley's eliminated.
Ridiculous.
Bianca Belair eliminates Bayley.
Ridiculous.
There goes and Adam Bayley's eliminated, and there goes Adam's pick.
This is your role model. This should be happening to her.
Now my pick was Bianca, but if Bayley won, I would not have mind. I would have had no problem with it at all. But my pick was Bianca.
It's Bianca number one, by the way. What did you expect to happen?
But Bayley's at it. But Bayley got eliminated, and your pick Bayley's gone. Bayley was the next one eliminated by Bianca, right over the top rope.
Yeah, fuck off.
And then Bayley's eliminated. She throws a temper tantrum. She's like, and Bayley's pissed that she got eliminated.
I mean, who would not want to do that as a heel?
Yeah, Bayley's got eliminated by Bianca Belair.
I wish I would throw a temper tantrum every time I watch Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
On a weekly.
Yeah, you're telling me that. I would do the same thing too because Raw's the worst show on television.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I would throw that. I wish I would throw a temper tantrum at Vince McMahon and tell him how awful he is at writing with Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn.
Yeah. And then we get entry 19, Mickie James. Mickie James, no more catering for Mickie James. She's out. The catering for once.
Yeah, she was found, luckily, like Naomi.
Yeah. And Mickie James looked great too. It was nice to see her back. So entry 19's Mickie James. James gets in the ring. She kicks Evans in the face on her way to the ring. Evans is out to the floor, but still in this match. And then number 20 is Nikki Cross. 21, Alicia Fox. And no, clowns. Alicia Fox is not a legend. Sorry. Alicia Fox is nowhere near a legend. Oh, but Alicia Fox is a legend, man. She's a former Divas champion, man. A Divas championship. Who?
She's a legend where? She's a legend at what? Getting Arn Anderson fired?
When Alicia Fox was shown to work at a live event drunk? Was Alicia Fox? She showed up drunk to a live event at work, drunk?
Yeah. And Arn Anderson was trying to help her.
And she got him fired?
Yeah, when Alicia should have been the one fired. When Alicia should have been the one fired.
And Alicia Fox, the same woman who can't wrestle for shit.
Yeah.
You know, the one who botched. And I remember a Raw episode in the summer of 2018 when Ember Moon did the Eclipse. Alicia did some big fucking botch, I think. Or I think didn't she fail to break up a pin? Well, I forget what she did. Did she fail to break up a pin, or did she kick out of a? I think she was not supposed to kick. I think Alexa broke up an Eclipse pinfall attempt, but Alicia kicked out, or I don't know what they did. It was a big fucking botch from Alicia. Alicia Fox fucking sucks.
Don't remember, don't care.
And no, Alicia Fox is not a legend. Alicia Fox is not a legend. So then 21's Alicia Fox. And then as Fox gets in the ring, R-Truth then runs down to the ring. R-Truth realizes this is the wrong Rumble. And the 24/7 field runs down to the ring. You got who do we get?
The new Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, the Street Profits.
Hey, but it
Drew
wasn't
Gulak.
the Street Profits, man.
Or were they?
Akira Tozawa.
I mean, they were in the Rumble match.
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, so we had the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. We had the Street Profits. We had Drew Gulak, Tucker Knight, Akira Tozawa, Humberto. Or was he there? I don't know. Humberto Carrillo.
And by the way, Humberto Carrillo, who's now growing a beard.
Yeah. And Titus O'Neil.
Titus had to step away for a quick few minutes. Titus O'Neil, in the back for Titus Catering, he was making his world famous, Titus O'Neil for Titus Catering was cooking some world famous meatloaf for Titus Catering. He had the meatloaf. He had some grilled corn on the cob. He had some good old grilled broccoli from the baking oven. Titus O'Neil had to step away for a quick few minutes to make sure the broccoli, corn, and meatloaf are not overcooked and burned. He gave the duties to Miss Billy Kay, and gave the duties to Angel Garza. You know who also he gave the duties to for that, Adam? The Titus O'Neil?
Bobby Roode?
Him, yeah. Well, also gave the duties to Gran Metalik and Lindsay Dorado.
Yeah.
Or he gave the duties. You know who he gave the duties to? He gave the duties to Matt Riddle, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave them all the duties.
Yeah. Or he gave the duties to Failure Bushin. Minus me, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's what Titus O'Neil did. T-Balls, don't make sure the meatloaf is not burned, please. And the corn on the cob, make sure there's not too many burn marks on it, please, Mickey Mouse or Mice or Mace or Disgrace. And the grilled broccoli slap nuts. Make sure there's not. I want brown on the baked broccoli, bro, but make sure there's not too much brown on that broccoli, bro. And make sure you have garlic, but not too garlicky, garlicky, please, Mr. Slapnuts, please. Come on, guys. Don't fuck this up, Failure Bushin. Don't fuck it up. If you fuck this up, Failure Bushin, I'm gonna give the duties to Jeff Hardy, Ricochet, Jackson Riker, and Elias, bro. Or bros. Come on, dudes. Don't fuck this up, Failure Bushin. Come on.
Yeah. How pathetic is it? The New Day and the Street Profits were the former champions of Raw and SmackDown, and yet here they are at the Royal Rumble chasing R-Truth for the 24/7 title.
And then the New Day. And you know, Kofi Kingston's a former WWE champion, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Street Profits, aren't they from SmackDown? And the 24/7 title is a
But
Monday
it's
Night
the
Raw
Royal
exclusive.
Rumble, man.
I don't care.
But they're from SmackDown, but it's the Royal Rumble, man. It's both brands that don't count, man.
Who gives a fuck? The 24/7 title is a Raw exclusive title. The Street Profits are SmackDown superstars. Why are they chasing the championship?
Yeah. And I don't think Fox wants that title either.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, why would the Street
guys like, and then Akira Tozawa and his ninjas, as usual.
Yeah, like why would the Street Profits want the 24/7 title? What? Win it and then have then pull some water on the title and mess it up? I would have loved to see that happen. And the title gets.
In fact, the Street Profits take the 24/7 title and they burn it. They get rid of it. And you know, I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah, they win the 24/7 title and they mess the title up. And they put it in the toilet and flush it down.
I would pay money to see that.
Yeah.
So we then get R-Truth using Alicia Fox then after this as a weapon to stop any of them from getting in the ring. Alicia Fox then rolls up R-Truth to win the 24/7 title, and Alicia Fox during this Women's Rumble wins the 24/7 title. So but Alicia Fox is a legend, man. Sorry, something went down the wrong pipe. But Alicia Fox is a legend, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. When you're winning a 24/7 title, you know you're nowhere near legend. Or no. Yeah. When you win the 24/7 title, well, when you win the 24/7 title, you know your career is fucking down here in the toilet.
Yeah.
Then you know Alicia Fox is not a legend.
Yeah. And then what happened to Alicia Fox after that? She gets eliminated.
Yeah. So then number 22 is Mandy Rose. 21 Alicia Fox. Number 22 is Mandy Rose. Rose gets in the ring. She quickly eliminates Alicia Fox. Then R-Truth rolls up Fox to win back the 24/7 title. Winner, new 24/7 champion R-Truth, as if anyone cares.
Yeah. Yeah,
and R-Truth is running with the 24/7 title. The rest of the other guys like Titus and all, they run after R-Truth.
Yeah.
Burn the 24/7 title. Get rid of it.
Absolutely.
Then we get number 23 from NXT, Dakota Kai. This was nice.
Yeah, this was nice to see. I was also expecting Raquel Gonzalez to show up at the Royal Rumble.
Could you imagine if Raquel Gonzalez was in the Rumble?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
That would have been awesome, in my opinion.
But she wasn't there, unfortunately.
Yeah. So 23 is Dakota Kai. Lacey Evans hits the women's right to knock out Mickie James over the top rope, and Mickie James is limited by Lacey Evans. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. The loser's right by Lacey Evans, by the way.
It's a knockoff of the Big Show knockout punch.
Yeah. So then and then after this, Ripley then dumps Kai out, and Dakota Kai is then eliminated by Rhea Ripley. So how many women now eliminated by Rhea Ripley? Ripley had a bunch of eliminations in this thing. I think like 7 or 6 or 7.
I think 7.
Ripley had an impressive performance in this Rumble. She eliminated a lot of women in this Rumble, did Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So Dakota Kai is then eliminated by Rhea Ripley. And then 24 is Carmella. So earlier in the night, Carmella fought Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship, right?
course.
But then in the Women's Rumble, Carmella's entering the Rumble. What the fuck? What? Stupid.
Did she have a title match? Didn't she had a title match? Didn't she have a SmackDown Women's title match around 40 minutes ago?
Yep. She loses to Sasha earlier in the night. SmackDown Women's title on the line earlier in the night. Then later, and then after that, minutes afterwards, she enters the Women's Rumble. What sense does that make? It makes no sense.
Why didn't they give that spot to Raquel Gonzalez?
Yeah. Or you could have gave it to, I don't know, who, or you could have given it to, I don't know, Casey Catanzaro or a Kaden Carter or, I don't know, Io Shirai or a Kaylee Ray or a Piper Niven.
Now, where were they at the Rumble to get that spot?
Or I don't know, why couldn't they give it to someone like Xia Li?
Yeah.
You know, why couldn't they give this to someone like Priscilla Kelly?
Yeah.
You know, why couldn't they give it to one of those girls?
Yeah, why did they give it to fucking Carmella, who just had a title match?
Or why couldn't they give it to Candice LeRae? Or Io Shirai or Kairi Sane for one night only.
Yeah.
Anyone but Carmella. Carmella in this thing makes absolutely no sense.
And Carmella was out of 90 seconds, by the way. She was out for 90 seconds.
Yeah. And then so then after Carmella is number 24 and enters the ring, Carmella then eliminates Nikki Cross. Back to catering you go, Miss Nikki Cross. They fucked up Nikki Cross big time ever since calling her up. The pairing with Alexa Bliss fucking killed her. And then November 2020, they changed her Perfect CFO's music. Now Nikki Cross definitely feels like everybody else on the roster right now, formulaic, boring, stale. And that doesn't tell you that. Open your eyes.
Now back to catering you go, Mrs. Nikki Cross. Well, she did appear on Monday Night Raw.
Nikki Cross is dead. Nikki Cross is dead right now.
And that's all.
She is buried.
And we're sad to say that.
Yeah.
Number 25.
They pair up with Alexa Bliss and they change her music. And I don't think she even got one elimination in this thing. Nikki Cross in this Rumble, I don't think she eliminated one woman in this thing.
No one. Unfortunately.
This is what they think of Nikki Cross. Awful. So Nikki Cross is eliminated by Carmella. Then Carmella is tossed over the top rope, but Reginald catches her. Then 25, Tamina Snuka, deadweight, palm tree haircut. Tamina Snuka, as Adam would call her. Then 25's Tamina, and then now Reginald. No, Carmella went over the top rope. Her feet didn't touch the floor yet. She's caught by Reginald, right? And Tamina, as soon as she's getting in the ring, Tamina super kicks Reginald, right? And it makes Reginald drop Carmella, and Carmella's out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The stupidest way to get eliminated.
How stupid does that look, man?
Yeah. The definition of wasted picks.
Carmella.
Right. Yeah, that fit the definition.
Carmella should not have been in this thing at all.
And she
already competed earlier in the night. This should have been for someone else. Terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. And then we get number 26, Lana. Yes, Lana is back, as if anyone cares. No announce table included, by the way. No going through the announce table included, by the way.
Yeah.
So 26 is Lana. Number 27 is Alexa Bliss. Bliss laughs and jokes as she lands a few moves. Everyone then attacks Bliss. Everyone gangs up on Bliss. Then Bliss is about to transform Then Bliss is about to transform, but Ripley dumps Bliss over the top rope before she could. And Alexa Bliss is now eliminated by Rhea Ripley. And then
60
28.
seconds.
Go ahead.
6 seconds. Then Alexa Bliss last.
Yeah. And then we get number 28 from NXT, Ember Moon. Yes,
That was
Ember
nice.
Moon in the Rumble for the first time in like what? Their last Rumble, their last Women's Rumble was 2019.
Yep.
In the Women's Rumble for the first time in 2 years. So Ember Moon, I did not expect. That was really nice to see her in this thing. And she was 28.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Ember Moon, I did not expect. And Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart in the Women's Dusty Classic. But now so we have Shotzi in this thing, and all in all, Ember, Toni Storm, and Rhea Ripley and Dakota Kai. Really, really nice to see some really nice to see some NXT women in this thing.
Yeah.
And Ember Moon was a surprise, which I did not mind at all. So Ember Moon's 28. She hits the ring and drops Shayna Baszler with the Eclipse, and this causes Baszler to roll underneath the bottom rope. So Baszler is not eliminated. She goes under the bottom rope. Baszler's not eliminated in the match. And then she hits she dives, I think off the second top rope with the side code breaker, I think to Ripley and someone else, I think. Or was it
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. One of them was Ripley, I'm sure. And then we get number 28. No, 29. 28 was Ember Moon. 29. Nia Jax. Or as Adam would call Nia Snacks.
Yeah.
Nia Jax is number 29. Jax.
Unfortunately.
29 is Nia Jax. Jackson helps Baszler up. And Jax is talking strategy to Baszler. All right, Shayna, let's both get in the ring. Let's take out the girls in the ring. So Jackson and Baszler both get in the ring. Baszler dumps Evans. Jax then dumps Moon. So Baszler then eliminates Evans. Goodbye, Lacey Evans. Jax then eliminates Moon. Jackson Baszler then eliminate Naomi over the top rope. Naomi out by Baszler. And Naomi's then the next one eliminated by Baszler and Jax. And then we have a stare down with Tamina against Jackson Baszler. Then Tamina is eliminated afterwards shortly by Jackson Baszler. Jackson Baszler eliminates Tamina. And then Jax grabs Baszler and tosses her over the top rope while she's not paying attention. So Shayna Baszler is then eliminated by Nia Jax.
It's every woman for themselves.
Exactly. And then we get Lana jumping on Jax's back. There's Lana. Jax tosses her away. Yeah, like a chokehold on Nia is like, that's gonna work.
Yeah.
So Jax tosses her away. Go ahead.
Yeah. What, a sleeper hold? Yeah. Yeah, it's as it's gonna take down Nia. Yeah, let's shoot it.
So Jax then tosses Lana away. Then Jax chases Lana. They go under the bottom rope. Jax is chasing Lana. Lana pulls down the top rope while Jax is charging in, and Jax falls out over the top rope. And then Nia Jax is eliminated by Lana. Oh my God, man. Oh man. Oh.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
Nia Jax eliminated by Lana. Embarrassing.
Pathetic. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then number 30, so Nia Jax is then eliminated by Lana. And then number 30, Natalya. She won the previous night on WWE Backstage. Won a match against Tamina, with the winner getting number 30 in the Women's Rumble last Sunday, as if anyone gave a shit. So Natalya is 30. Who cares? And then Natalya is number 30. She enters. Baszler and Jackson beat up Natty, and then everyone who's left in the ring. Bianca, Ripley, Charlotte, etc., etc. Belair, Ripley, Charlotte in the ring left, etc. In the match in the ring left, etc., etc. Baszler and Jax then tossed Natalya back into the ring. Natalya acts as if she's going to help Lana, but Lana tosses her. Then Natalya and Lana then acting like as if they're going to team up. And then all of a sudden, Lana then gets tossed out by Natalya. So Natalya then eliminates Lana. And we're down to the final four. Natalya then eliminates Lana. And then we're down to the final four. Natalya, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Now, before this, I want to make a quick mention. There was one spot with Naomi in this match avoiding elimination. There was one spot, Naomi and Bianca trying to fight each other to avoid elimination with each other. You saw that, right? Which was cool.
Yeah, and they worked, and then instead of trying to fight each other, they worked together to save themselves.
And I think, didn't Naomi use Bianca's braid to get back in the ring?
No, she did not use her hair, no.
But Naomi avoided elimination one spot in this match, which looked cool. I just thought I'd make a quick mention of that during this match with Naomi. But final four, Natty, Bianca, Ripley, and Charlotte. Belair then dumps Natty as she's trying to dump Ripley. So Natalya is then out by Bianca Belair. Then we're down to the final three, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley. Belair and Ripley then beat the crap out of Charlotte. Flair suplexes Bianca. Belair and Ripley then knock Flair. And then Belair and Ripley then both knock Flair off the apron. And Charlotte Flair is eliminated by Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Charlotte eliminated by Rhea and Bianca. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I wonder where is Mr. Bully Ray to defend Charlotte
from Busted Shill Radio.
Yeah, I wonder where he is to defend his queen.
I wonder what the Charlotte bots were thinking.
Yeah,
the excuses that the Charlotte bots came up with.
Yeah, I wonder what excuses Bully Ray will come up with or came up with, because I'm sure he was reviewing the Royal Rumble.
But this isn't right. Charlotte should have won the damn thing, man. Sure. Oh no, Charlotte didn't win. Charlotte not winning is a shit move. Charlotte deserves better.
No.
Charlotte bots and Bully Ray, cry me a river. Cry us a river.
Yeah, cry me a river.
Cry us a river while we drink the tears.
Yeah. Especially you, Mr. Bully Ray.
The tears
of the idiots.
And in the Charlotte bots who have the IQ of a fucking mechanical pencil, those clowns.
Yeah.
So Charlotte is out. So Charlotte's eliminated by Bianca and Ripley. Goodbye, Miss Charlotte. No Rumble win for you. No Rumble win for you, Miss Charlotte.
Not here. Not here. Not next year. Not the year before. Not ever.
Goodbye, Miss Charlotte. So then we're down to the final two, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And it's funny, Charlotte, Rhea, and Bianca. Remember that NXT? I think it was the NXT before TakeOver Portland last year, where those three fought off. Where those three were the segment in NXT. Yeah. It's funny that happened last year. Then a year later, they're the final three in the Women's Rumble this year.
Yeah, and after TakeOver Portland, it was actually after the TakeOver Portland match between Rhea and Bianca Belair, where Charlotte attacked Bianca after the match.
Yeah. So storytelling.
I think they had a match, and I think they had a match at NXT after that, or before that.
I think so. I'm sure of that.
NXT after Portland. I think in the NXT after Takeover Portland, Charlotte defeated Bianca
In the main event. Yeah, I remember
in
that.
a match.
Yeah. So the final two is Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley.
Well,
Rhea Ripley from NXT and Bianca Belair from SmackDown.
that was nice revenge there from Bianca. So that was revenge there for Bianca on Charlotte.
And Rhea Ripley, not just Bianca, Rhea Ripley getting some payback on Charlotte as well.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
This is her. This is Rhea Ripley's payback. No more no Rhea versus Charlotte.
This is her payback. This is her payback, rightfully so. Yeah. I'm glad Rhea got her payback on Charlotte. Good. Same thing with Bianca getting her payback on Charlotte.
Yeah.
So final two are Ripley and Bianca. And Ripley tries tossing out Ripley tries tossing out Belair, but they both fall over the top and hook the ropes.
This was one botch.
Now you want to say, Adam, there was a botch.
Yeah, this was one botch that people were talking on social media.
Yeah, both women. Now, Bianca Belair looked like both their feet touched. It looked like a botch here.
Yeah. Well, was Bianca supposed to win the match?
And did Rhea's feet look like Rhea's feet touched, but Bianca's almost looked like a touch, didn't it? Where did one touch? It looks very like a big. It looks like a controversial.
I think it's was it a botch? Did her feet touch the floor first?
Both of her feet touch.
Yeah, or did it? Or did
one feet touch and the other look like it touched, but the ref didn't see it because the other foot that touch was hidden behind the ring apron, or did the ref not see that? I don't know.
Well, do they play this?
It looked very controversial to me.
Well, do they have well, maybe they do play a storyline on SmackDown. Does Rhea debut? Does Rhea show up on SmackDown and turn heel, and then the week after that she shows the footage?
Yeah. Now Rhea Ripley's now Rhea Ripley getting called up to Raw or SmackDown. It's inevitable, and I'm recording this video for the Royal Rumble review for 2021 today. Tuesday, February 2nd of 2021, Tuesday night. We read, Adam, you read something not long ago. You want to say it about Rhea Ripley, where she could end up?
The reports say that she could end up on SmackDown.
Yeah, Damian Priest, will talk about him later on, but I don't know, may as well just say it. We're going to do a Raw review after this, but Damian Priest landed on Raw. Does Rhea Ripley go to SmackDown?
Yeah. Does Rhea show up
as soon as this Friday?
Yeah. Do we see Rhea confront Bianca, turn heel, and then show the replay?
We don't know. And when Rhea turning heel, I mean, Rhea and Bianca, the rematch from TakeOver Portland at either Fastlane or the Elimination Chamber, I would not mind it. Plus, it gives Bianca something to do. Yeah. Until we get to Bianca and Sasha at WrestleMania.
Yeah. But Rhea could turn heel and she could show the footage and say that she was the real winner. The Rhea was the real winner.
Or does Rhea get added to the SmackDown Women's title match at WrestleMania, just like WrestleMania 16 with Triple H, The Rock, The Big Show, and Mick Foley? Because The Rock won the 2000 Royal Rumble by less eliminating The Big Show, but it was controversial because it looked like The Rock's feet touched as well, not just Big Show's at the 2000 Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and then The Big Show defeated The Rock in a match at No Way Out to gain entry into the match.
That same year, in the year 2000, the next month.
Yeah, to make the match a triple threat.
And then a fatal four-way with Mick Foley in there. Do we get?
Do they do that?
Do we get Bianca versus Sasha versus Bayley versus Ripley?
Yeah, well, or do we get or do we get that same thing?
I don't know.
Or do we get just a triple threat match or a fatal four-way? We don't know. But we'll have to find out next Friday on SmackDown.
We'll have to see what happens, but Rhea. Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. Could you see Rhea showing up on SmackDown as soon as this Friday?
I think. I mean, they'll have to. I mean, it's still trending on social media. I mean, they'll have to play it as a storyline next Friday.
And after people caught this botch, after people caught this botch as well, Adam, does Ripley even go to Raw at this point? Does she go to SmackDown? And after that botch that people caught, why would you even want her on Raw after that?
Yeah, this was a botch. She's gonna have to show up on
after that botch with that. Now it could be a storyline because of that, and now because of that, and with all that, it could make sense to move Rhea to SmackDown. Now, Raw's women's division could use someone like Rhea bad because Raw's women's division is in shambles. But look who they have on the Raw women's division. It's laughable.
It's
SmackDown
an
on paper,
abomination.
the SmackDown women's division, it's no better, but but on paper it's decent. But Raw's, my God, is it bad? Is it bad?
Yeah.
My God, the Raw women's division, man, oh man, the Raw women's division, Adam, man, is it fucking absolutely atrocious. Just look who they have on that Raw women's division. It is absolutely fucking laughable, bro.
Yeah, it's an abomination of epic proportions.
Naomi, Shayna, and Asuka. That's it. Naomi, I don't even trust Raw with Naomi either.
She'll be back on SmackDown within 6 months.
If they do another draft or shakeup this year.
Yeah, she'll be back on SmackDown within 6 months.
But yeah, anyways, moving on. Rhea and Bianca. Go ahead.
So that it will make sense to move Rhea to SmackDown.
Yeah.
And
Rhea versus Charlotte, I don't want to see that because after WrestleMania 36, because of what happened at WrestleMania 36, though, even though Rhea got some payback on Charlotte in the Women's Rumble last Sunday, but still, Rhea versus Charlotte 1-on-1 again. Who wants to see that again? After what Charlotte did to poor Rhea at WrestleMania 36, why would you want that again?
Makes no sense whatsoever.
And better yet, why would you want Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw? Better yet.
Look at when they're making their women's champion look like a complete fool.
Making Asuka dance every single week on Raw. At Asuka, former NXT Women's Champ, over 500 days down NXT, and Asuka now on Raw, she's dancing as Raw Women's Champion. Like this.
Embarrassing. Awful television.
This is the state of the Raw Women's division, and it's not even Asuka's fault.
Yeah. Yeah, so it will make sense to move Rhea to SmackDown and play up a storyline with Bianca.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So Ripley so they had this botch. So it looks like the referees didn't count the elimination to Bianca, and Ripley and Bianca are the final two. Then both Ripley and Bianca, they're sitting on the outside apron next to each other, right? And Ripley's like, "Okay, Bianca, don't make any sudden moves. Let's get back. Let's roll back. Let's roll underneath the ropes. Get back in the ring. Let's fight this out." Okay, yeah. Says Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Rhea Ripley actually said this.
Yeah, and then they go back to the ring.
And then they go at it. And this was a really nice back and forth. This gave me memories with NXT TakeOver Portland. That they had a really good match at Portland last year. Yeah. Even on the NXT episode in October 2019, that same night where Belair turned on Gargano, that one.
Yeah.
Where I think Candice LeRae and Io Shirai got involved, but Ripley beat Bianca in a really good match that time.
Yep.
That was very good too. And so Ripley tries to and Ripley says, "Let's not do anything stupid." Then they both slowly get back in the ring. Ripley and Belair go at it. They both facebuster each other at the same time, which looked crazy. And both women are down and out. Ripley and Belair then both attempt their finishes, their finishes, but neither can hit it. Belair then obliterates Ripley, does Belair with a lariat that sends Ripley flying over the top rope for the win. Like Ripley tries to clothesline Bianca over the top. Bianca ducks it. They go back and forth. Bianca's there, and then she clotheslines Ripley over the top rope. Like she sends Ripley flying over the top rope, clothesline to Rhea by Bianca. Over the top rope. Rhea Ripley's eliminated, and Bianca Belair wins the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble by last eliminating Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair is the winner, folks, of the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match. The EST wins the Royal Rumble. Then after this match, Belair is crying as she says she did it. Then she says she's going to WrestleMania. And that was that. Your thoughts, quick, Adam, on all of this?
Well, this was a well-produced Royal Rumble match.
Absolutely. I'd even say this was better than the Women's Rumble in 2018, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And better
Oh,
last year's when Charlotte won it last year, which was bad last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to remind you of that.
No one wants to be reminded of that. Pathetic.
But yeah. When she refused to put over Shayna in the Rumble last year, the Charlotte.
Yeah, off.
But the Women's Rumble this year, I would agree, well produced. I had some nice NXT surprises, and I like the final two with Belair and Ripley. That was really nice. But
This is how you build up new stars there.
yeah, two new stars and two stars who are the future of this company, who should be, and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. How do you not put the belt on Bianca, and how do you not put the belt on Bianca, and how do you not give her a good reign, and how do you not give her that big star status? Same thing with Rhea Ripley.
Well, the Monday night, the shows Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. This is usually WWE's reset button. From April till next January to keep people invested, which they don't do, of course.
Usually they don't do, and it's all in the follow-up. Now, if they give Bianca the title, and she should win the title, do they give her a good reign or a shit reign? I hope it's not a shit reign. The talent that Bianca possesses, she is too fucking good to just be given a shit reign like that. She's much better than that. She's much better.
First? Well, who does she face first? Do we see Io Shirai debut on the SmackDown after WrestleMania?
And either TakeOver in February, and TakeOver in a few weeks, either that show or if there's a TakeOver WrestleMania weekend this year, one of those shows. I think that's where Io drops the title to Toni Storm, the NXT Women's Championship. I think one of those shows, that's where Io drops the NXT Women's title to Toni Storm, and after that, I could see Io getting called up.
Does she lose the title at TakeOver, and then she gets a rematch at the next TakeOver where she then loses, and this is her NXT send-off before she goes to SmackDown?
Maybe she does go to SmackDown because Asuka's on Raw, and I'm hearing rumors of Sari, a Japanese women wrestler. She's been signed with WWE for a year now, but she couldn't debut in NXT last year because of COVID. But I'm hearing stuff she could be in NXT this year sometime. She's signed, but it's just a matter of when for her in NXT this year. And Miko Satomura is in NXT UK. She's going to fight Kaylee Ray soon for the NXT Women's title in NXT UK. For NXT UK, that's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to that. And Raw is Asuka. SmackDown has no Japanese female wrestler. Why not Io Shirai to SmackDown? Now, I don't trust them, but I'd much rather her SmackDown than Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be on Monday Night Raw? Look what they're doing with Asuka.
That would be Io's future on Raw.
Yeah.
And another thing, like Bianca Belair, how do you not give her the title and it's on the follow-up? Do they give her a good reign or a shit reign? She's too good to be given a shit reign. And there's females in NXT who are ready to get called up. So if they call Io to SmackDown, and if Rhea comes to SmackDown, and Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins is on SmackDown, do you think Becky Lynch is staying on Raw or going to SmackDown?
He's going to SmackDown, of course. Seth Rollins, he just recently returned to the Royal Rumble, we will talk about, and he's on SmackDown.
Why would Becky Lynch be on Raw?
Makes no sense whatsoever.
And then a possible Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
Fox may want Ronda. With a SmackDown women's division like that, how could you possibly fuck that up?
It makes no sense.
Maybe a call up a Tegan Nox. I think she's done everything. Tegan Nox has done. I mean, I know Tegan Nox is injured right now, but when she eventually comes back, I mean, Tegan Nox, she's done everything there is to do in NXT. Call her up. And I see some Becky Lynch and Tegan Nox, that Irish last kicker version of Becky Lynch and Tegan Nox. I see a lot of that in Tegan Nox. Call her up. She's done everything in NXT.
Well, hopefully when she comes back from her injury.
Yeah, hopefully and when she comes back eventually, hopefully she does not get injured again.
Yeah.
With the injury she's had. But there's females in NXT who are ready to get called up. So if Bianca wins the title from Sasha this year at WrestleMania, there could be some opponents for Bianca. Plus they have Natalya, they have Ruby Riott, they have Liv Morgan, they have Carmella.
Or we could get Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. And this is when they play up And this is where they play up the storyline. The Rhea claiming that she was screwed at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and Rhea turns heel.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but I hope they do the right thing, but I don't trust them. But I hope I'm proven fucking wrong.
We'll have to find out. I mean, this is their reset button from April after WrestleMania to Royal Rumble next year to keep people invested. This is where Vince McMahon controls everything like a control freak.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
But we have Daniel Bryan, a part of the SmackDown creative, so we have hope.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. SmackDown's not better, but Raw, but SmackDown's not better, but SmackDown's not better, but SmackDown, it's like, but SmackDown is like nowhere near where, but SmackDown is nowhere near where Raw is right now, because that show is just, oh my God, bad, god awful, fucking atrocious, terrible, horrendous, lifeless, absolutely the worst show on television, bar none.
Yeah.
Raw is the worst show on television. Absolutely. We'll see what happens with WrestleMania and post-WrestleMania and all.
Yeah, but by the way, this was Black History Month, though.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Is that a possible reason they gave Bianca the Rumble?
I don't know.
It could be.
I mean, they have black wrestlers as champions there.
They have the Hurt Business as champions, the Raw Tag Team champions, and United States champion, and Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, I mean they have as well Big E as the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah. Sasha Banks is SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, and R-Truth is the 24/7 champion. Though the title should be fucking burned.
Yeah. But why is Roman Reigns not included? Why is Roman Reigns not included, man? He's not black. He's Samoan.
He's Samoan.
Samoan's not black.
Yeah. So we got a lot of black champions there. How to get to WrestleMania, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And a Royal Rumble winner who's black as well. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. Moving on, though. So then we go after this. So then after this Women's Rumble, we then get Peter Gunzenberg low-blowing R-Truth and pins him in the most awkward fashion in the history of wrestling to win the 24/7 title. Peter Gunzenberg, not Peter Rosenberg. Peter Gunzenberg then wins the 24/7 title. Who cares?
But then he loses the title the following night on Monday Night Raw.
As if anyone cares.
Yeah.
As if anyone gives a shit. Moving on.
Then we go to the show stealer.
Last man standing match for the Universal Championship. The tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman versus Kevin Owens. This right here. When Roman Reigns eventually retires, if there's one match you could look back on as one of Reigns' best opponents ever for Roman Reigns, one of Reigns' best opponents ever, it is Kevin Owens. Reigns and Owens just have good in-ring chemistry, man. They really do. And this match right here was no different.
That match was awesome.
That possibly, arguably the best match of the night, hands down. I mean, and it could be hard to argue that.
Yeah, this will end up being one of the best matches of the entire year.
When 2021 is about to come to a close, when here in my channel, the Fury Station, when here in the channel, Fury Station YouTube channel, when we do another year-end review and all, this match will definitely be a possible candidate for sure.
Yeah,
this match was fantastic. Outside of the botched ending, but other than that, it was a really good match.
Well, this was not a botched ending. This was a botch where Roman Reigns' hand was stuck.
Yeah. So last man standing match, Universal title, Reigns with Heyman versus Kevin Owens. So as soon as the bell rings, and as soon as it rings, Owens and Reigns are going right at each other. They're going right after each other, trying to beat the crap out of each other. And they start tearing into each other. Reigns lands a Superman punch. Owens then gets up as the referee starts to count. Reigns then tries to hit a spear, but he gets a pop-up powerbomb for his troubles. Reigns then falls out of the ring to break the referee's 10 count. The match continues. Then Reigns spears Owens outside the ring. Reigns then hits Owens in the head with the ring steps multiple times. Referee begins his count. Owens gets up at the count of 5. Reigns then tries another shot with the steps, but Owens surprises him with a super kick. Owens then picks up Reigns to break up the count. Owens then slams Reigns into the ring steps before launching him into the Thunderdome LED boards, which look brutal. Owens and Reigns then end up on the staging area.
That was awesome.
Where the virtual fans are. Reigns and Owens then slam each other into everything they can find. Reigns and Owens then climb the stands behind the Thunderdome screen. Owens then lands another super kick, then Owens assaults, and then Owens goes with the assaults on both Reigns' knees with the steel chair. Then Reigns eventually fires back with a few strikes of his own. Reigns gets his hands on the chair and whacks Owens with it. Owens then hits a stunner. And then Owens hits a stunner, and this causes Reigns to almost fall off the stage, man. And I thought they had this table area set up with tables stacked and all next to each other. And Owens hits the stunner on Roman Reigns. And Reigns almost falls off the stage through the table stuff, does Reigns. So that was a close call for Reigns. So then Reigns hits a Superman punch on Kevin Owens. Reigns then tosses Owens off the stage through the table stuff area stuff, which look absolutely fucking brutal. Owens then drags himself to his feet at the count of 9, so Owens barely makes the 10 count. Owens gets up at the count of 9. The match continues on. Owens then stumbles backstage, and Owens is going to the backstage area. They have another ring set up and a forklift and all, with ladders and more table areas with cloth with spray paint and all, with Owens stumbling to the backstage area. Owens then ends up by one of the workout rings they had backstage, and then the referee follows Owens. And then the next spot, one of the most brutal spots of this match, man. And this was kind of shades of, I think, AEW Dynamite thing, or was it like some kind of street fight?
I think.
With the golf cart.
Yeah.
So
No, not before that. Before the golf cart. This was done a couple of times
on Dynamite. I remember. I could have sworn there was one Dynamite.
No. Even before Dynamite was even a thing
with AEW.
Now this was before that. This was actually done once by Kane at WrestleMania 17 to Raven, where he missed Raven.
Yeah. So the referee's following Owens to the backstage area with the workout ring with the backstage area. Referee's following Owens with all that. And then Roman Reigns appears out of nowhere. He's driving this golf cart and he runs over Owens with the golf cart. And Owens, how he hits Owens with it, I swear to God, Owens is jumping back and the front glass thing at the golf cart completely breaks off, man. I mean, completely just falls off. Reigns trying to run Owens over with this golf cart. Owens jumps and he goes through this glass thing, and I swear to God, this glass thing completely breaks off the fucking front of the golf cart.
Yeah.
One of the most brutal spots in this match, man. Yeah. That was, oh man. Fucking nasty, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was absolutely awesome. Then so Reigns does this to Owens. Referee's counting, trying to do his 10 count as the referee. Owens somehow managed to get back up to his feet, he beats a 10 count again. Reigns then talks to this guy as if he's talking to Owens' grandfather. So Roman Reigns mentions Owens' grandfather. Owens then loses it, and he pop-up powerbombs Reigns to Owens on the table. Owens then hits a frog splash. to put Reigns through a table with Owens with the frog splash off one of the crates. Then Reigns gets up by the count of 8. And then Owens lays Reigns through on it. And then Owens lays Reigns on another table. Owens then climbs a forklift. Owens then is using this forklift, right? He climbs on the top of the forklift as Kevin Owens. And then listen to this. Oh, Kevin Owens, swanton bomb off the top of the forklift onto Reigns through the table that Reigns was set up on with a table area with cloth and spray paints by Owens onto Reigns. A beautiful swanton bomb from Kevin Owens. Holy shit. Holy shit.
That was awesome.
Absolutely awesome. So Reigns is not even moving from this. And Reigns gets up at the count of 9. Roman Reigns barely, and I mean Roman barely beats this 10 count. Barely. So Roman gets up by the count of 9, barely, but he falls right back down. So Owens nearly won the championship right there.
Yeah.
Owens nearly won the Universal title right there. Kevin Owens. He nearly wins the Universal title right there. Owens is then dragging Reigns back to the stage. Reigns then surprises Owens with a Superman punch. Reigns then spears Owens through the Roman then spears Kevin Owens through the LED board. And then some of the LED board stuff is broken and stuff. Both guys crash through the LED board stuff. Owens then rolls off the stage to break the count. As Reigns then grabs a pair of handcuffs as Roman Reigns. Reigns and Owens then trade shots with each other. Reigns then floors Owens with a series of hellacious right hands. Owens then lands another stunner. Owens then handcuffs Reigns to a metal rigging. And then as the referee counts 9, and this was probably one of my favorite spots of the match, the referee, he counts to 9. The referee's about to count to 10. And then Reigns grabs the referee's shirt. And then he slams the ref into the steel beam to break the count, and the referee's down. Ingenious. This was a genius. Go ahead.
This was the botch that you were talking about.
Yeah. And then also with Reigns, what he did to the ref, this was ingenious. Yeah, this was a botch too at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, so referee's down. Referee's down and out. And then Paul Heyman comes down and he unhooks Reigns. He tries to uncuff Reigns, does Paul Heyman. Reigns unlocks Owens in the guillotine. Owens is passing out and he's not able to break the count. And the referee counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the winner and still the Universal Champion and the last man standing and still the tribal chief and still the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
That was awesome.
Fantastic match outside of that botched ending.
That was an awesome match.
Your quick thoughts on all this, and where do you think Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns go from here, going into the Elimination Chamber and going into Fastlane?
I think Roman doesn't defend the title at Elimination Chamber.
Or Fastlane?
No, no, he's proven himself. Why would he defend?
I don't think he has to. I don't think he should.
I don't think so.
Fastlane's a throwaway pay-per-view.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yeah.
But this was a fantastic last man standing match. Where do you think Kevin Owens goes from here?
Where do I think he goes from here? Let me see.
Because after this is on the follow-up, like you say. And look at what Owens has been doing with Reigns as of late. If
you're not pushing.
After this thing with Roman, if Owens is not pushed as a top guy after this, there's something wrong with this fucking company. Whether he's a world champion or not, after this thing with Reigns, at least have Owens in the main event scene, whether he's a world champ or not.
Yeah. Who do I think would happen? What he does? Let me see.
What do you think?
How about
Where do you think he fits with WrestleMania?
Where do I think he fits for WrestleMania? Does he challenge for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match? In an 8-man ladder match?
Maybe you have Sami Zayn, you have Kevin Owens, you have Shinsuke Nakamura, you have Cesaro, you have Apollo Crews, and no, not Apollo Crews, Seth Rollins and Big E.
Yeah, well, I said 8-man, not 6-man.
Or 6 or 8 man if you want to do 8-man, Apollo Crews and Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, that will be something. Do we see Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, and or have the 8-man ladder match for the IC title. Those 8 guys I just mentioned at WrestleMania 37 have tribute to Pat Patterson.
Yeah, does Kevin Owens challenge Brock Lesnar because he was on Talking Smack with Paul Heyman about wanting a match with Lesnar?
Well, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar could do that.
Yeah, do we see that match?
I don't know.
Or we have Raw versus SmackDown, Brand versus Brand at WrestleMania. And we see Kevin Owens versus Keith Lee. Or Kevin Owens against maybe Matt Riddle.
I don't know. We'll have to see where
I
they
mean,
go.
that would be awesome.
It would be. The fresh match.
This is a lot of possibilities there for Kevin Owens.
There are.
For a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah. And then also it's like he's too good to just be tossed to the side like that. If he's not in at least the main, if he's not in the main, in my opinion, if he's not in the main event scene after this thing with Roman, there's something wrong with the fucking company and someone needs to fucking get terminated quickly. Kevin Owens is too good to not be in the main event scene after this thing with Roman. And I've really liked Owens and Reigns feud, man. They just have good in-ring chemistry against each other. And I really enjoyed their feud. Their feud has been very good.
Yeah.
You know, and they've told a really good story. And they told a really good story here. The TLC match, the steel cage match, and then the last man standing. Yeah. Roman Reigns being a passive aggressive prick, and I absolutely love it from Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens calling Reigns a bitch, and Kevin Owens in this thing with Roman Reigns. It was really good, man. Really good. And again, like I said, when Roman Reigns eventually retires, when the man eventually does retire, when he eventually does retire, if there's one match that he can look back on as one of his greatest opponents in his career, it's Kevin Owens. It is Kevin Owens.
That's true, bro.
That's my opinion on that. Fantastic last man standing. And then we get the men's Royal Rumble. We got Edge number 1, Randy Orton number 2. So Edge makes his entrance, then Orton makes his entrance in a suit, and before Orton could get in the ring, Edge rolls underneath the ropes. He goes right after Orton does Edge. They're brawling.
The match did not even begin because they weren't even in the ring at the same time.
Yeah, because Orton's on the stage ramp as Orton. Edge rolls underneath the bottom ropes. He goes right after Orton, and they're both beating the crap out of each other. Edge and Orton are. And then Edge beats Orton from the pillar to the post. Is Edge. Edge then tosses Orton. Edge then tosses Orton over the barricade. Then Edge beats Orton on the announce desk. And then we get the countdown to entry number 3, and it's Sami Zayn from SmackDown. And Sami then attacks Edge. Orton and Zayn then team up and work over Edge. The genius that Sami Zayn is. Love it. And then we get number 4 from Raw, Mustafa Ali, the leader of Failure Bution.
Yeah.
And then Ali joins the beatdown on Edge. And as the 3 heels, Ali, Orton, and Zayn were trying to dump Edge out. Now, I thought Ali would go after Orton here.
Yeah, knowing the history that they have with Randy Orton injuring Mustafa Ali.
Right before the 2019 Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And if not
Yeah,
for
but
Orton,
hey,
and if not for Orton, Mustafa Ali would have been WWE champion at WrestleMania 35.
yeah, well, we didn't see that. Very sad. But it was 3 heels against 1 babyface.
Yeah. With Sammy, Mustafa, and Orton being the heels and Edge as a babyface, obviously.
Yeah.
So 3 heels
Speaking
are
of
working over
babyface,
babyfaces. Go ahead.
speaking of babyfaces, the next entrance,
Number 5 from Raw.
Jeff Hardy.
So Jeff makes his way to the ring. He's number 5. Jeff Hardy. He makes the save. Hardy hits Whisper in the Wind. Jeff Hardy hits, I think it was Mustafa Ali and Orton. I think Jeff Hardy hit a double like Whisper in the Wind.
Yeah, it was double Whisper in the Wind on
By Jeff Hardy.
yeah.
Yeah, by Jeff Hardy. Sami Zayn then pushes Hardy into an RKO by Orton. Orton hits the RKO on Jeff Hardy. Zayn and Orton then celebrate. Orton RKO Sami Zayn for Sami's troubles. Sami Zayn, I love you, but you never trust a Viper.
Never trust Randy Orton in your life.
How dare you try and trust Orton? How dare you even turn your back to a guy like Randy Orton? A Viper.
It makes no logical sense whatsoever.
I love you, Sami Zayn, but you do anything stupid in there with Orton, you're asking yourself for an RKO and for troubles from Mr. Orton.
And then Mustafa Ali got his own RKO.
Then Orton RKO's Ali. Then Edge hits the spear on Orton. Edge then Edge spears Orton. Then Edge drags Orton to the announce desk. They both go underneath the bottom ropes. They're on the announce desk, right? Orton almost then hits the RKO to Edge on the announce table, but Edge reverses it into the Executioner, the Impaler DDT.
It was the Execution, yeah.
Same thing, Impaler DDT Execution. So this takes Orton now. And then the referees are attending to Orton. They send him to the back to help tender his leg.
Yeah, Edge hit Randy Orton's leg with the steel chair.
Yeah, which brutalized them with that.
Yeah.
And then that happened. And then number 6 from SmackDown, Adam's favorite idiot. And we'll have it a SmackDown Tag Team champions, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. I guess he completed his KFC. I guess he completed eating
for Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, I guess he completed eating his KFC and Titus catering there.
Yeah. So then Edge hits Orton with the chair outside the ring. Edge hits Orton in the leg with the chair. Officials separate Edge and Orton. Ziggler then dumps Hardy out, and Jeff Hardy's the first one eliminated in this year's Men's Royal Rumble. I hate this. I fucking hate it. Why couldn't Ziggler be the first one out? Jeff's the first one out. This I hate. This I absolutely hated. In fact, this pissed me off.
That is all.
Why?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy is a loser ever since coming to Raw.
Yeah.
In the 2020 WWE October draft.
Yeah.
Jeff is a loser now ever since coming to Raw with the 2020 WWE October draft. And I hate to say that about Jeff Hardy. I really do.
And now he's the first one eliminated in the 2020 Men's Royal Rumble match.
Jeff's the first one eliminated. Are you fucking kidding me? Why wasn't Dolph Ziggler the first one eliminated? I'm sure Titus is telling him to do more KFCs to the other catering VIPs. Awful. If that doesn't tell you how Raw views Jeff Hardy, I don't know what the fuck does.
Yeah, seriously,
if you don't see how Raw views Jeff Hardy with that, open your fucking eyes, people.
Seriously, why wasn't Dolph the first one out? I'm sure Titus was telling him to make more KFCs to the other catering VIPs who are hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff is the first one eliminated. Fucking ridiculous.
Because I heard Dolph Ziggler is the best KFC maker, and he buys the best KFC for Titus O'Neil and Titus Catering.
Yeah. He got some nice good old gravy with them chicken fries too.
Yeah.
Maybe got some
Yeah.
ranch, you got some barbecue sauce, got some hot sauce,
Yeah, I think.
maybe
Or
got some
maybe,
buffalo sauce.
yeah, or maybe when Ziggler went to the ring, he told Bobby Roode to take care of the KFC.
And telling Bobby Roode to make sure the chicken fries don't burn.
Yeah, because Bobby Roode was not in the men's Royal Rumble, so he had to take care of the KFC for Ziggler in catering.
Yeah. So then number 7 is Shinsuke Nakamura from SmackDown. Nakamura and Ziggler crash into each other. They go at it. Nakamura hits a sliding knee to Ziggler to Nakamura. Referee send help Orton to his feet and start walking him to the back. And then number 8, I spit in the face of people that don't want to be cool. Number 8, Carlito. Yes, Carlito is back for the first time since 2010/2014 when he inducted his father in the 2014 Hall of Fame. But for the first time in a WWE ring wrestling, for the first time since 2010, for the first time in over 10 years. Man, did Carlito look fucking great. Shape-wise, he looked like in the best shape of his life, man. He looked great.
Yeah, he looked jacked.
And he has a little goatee or beard now.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, did he look like in the best shape of his life. If I'm WWE, I'm signing him the contract. And he could do Raw, he could do SmackDown, he could do really good for the mid-card for either brand.
Yeah.
And he looks jacked. Give him the world championship. If Jinder could be a world champ, if McIntyre could be a world champ, so could Carlito.
Yeah.
So Jinder sucks.
Yeah, by the way, Jinder did not enter in the Royal Rumble match. Thank God.
He was actually rumored. I heard the day of the Rumble last Sunday. I heard he was actually rumored for the Rumble, for the men's Rumble last Sunday. And I actually heard rumors for the day of the Rumble last Sunday night, Adam, that he was spoiled. He was spoiled that he was supposed to be, that they said he was backstage in the building. He was going to be in the Rumble that night. Thank God he wasn't.
Thank God. Who the hell wants to see Jinder Mahal in a Royal Rumble match?
That would have been a fucking waste of a Royal Rumble spot.
The guy, he would have been eliminated within two minutes in the match.
Or seconds.
Yeah, he would have gotten eliminated within 30 seconds, getting no eliminations.
Legitimately. But yeah. Carlito, I remember him from the Ruthless Aggression era, man. I remember Carlito. Very, very talented. The guy could wrestle. The guy could talk. He had charisma. He had the it factor, the personality. He had character. He could talk a big game, but he backed it up in the ring. He's fought John Cena. He's fought Big Show and Kane at WrestleMania 22. We're going to talk about Kane in a little bit.
Yeah.
But Carlito, he's fought John Cena in the past. He's fought Randy Orton in the past during the Ruthless Aggression era, and Edge, and he fought Rey Mysterio, JBL, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bobby Lashley, Ric Flair.
We could talk about that.
Chris Masters, but Carlito back in the Ruthless Aggression era, very, very talented, man, and he looked great in this thing. And there was one spot, and Carlito had his apple, by the way. He didn't spit some apple. I was sad. I was very sad that he didn't spit some apple. I would have loved to see it.
Yeah, why did he spit apple at Elias when he came out?
Yeah, now Carlito, as soon as he got in the ring, he had to stare down with Nakamura, and Carlito had his apple. Shinsuke was smiling and he saw the apple. I thought Carlito, he had the apple, and I thought he was going to spit some apple at Shinsuke Nakamura was Carlito.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
I would have loved that, but sadly, no spitting apple. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, everyone was disappointed.
Absolutely. So then Nakamura then takes Carlito's apple, right? Then Carlito drops Nakamura with a backstabber for his troubles. And then Carlito hits a backstabber then afterwards on Mustafa Ali. Then a backstabber on Mustafa Ali by Carlito. A brute and vicious backstabber.
Yeah.
And then number 9 from Raw, Xavier Woods of the New Day. Woodson goes right after Ali. Sammy then attacks Woods from behind while he's caught up attacking Ali. The number 10 from SmackDown and the Intercontinental Champion Big E. Big E hits the sit down on Ali. Woods lifts up Big E and drops him on Zayn. Woods and Biggie then hit the up, down, down, or the midnight hour on Sami Zayn. Biggie and Woods then both toss Zayn over the top rope. Sami Zayn's eliminated by Biggie and Xavier Woods of the New Day. And then number 11. Go ahead. What?
More conspiracy theories for Sami Zayn.
Yeah. How dare you do what you did to Sami Zayn? He's a genius. Anyways, but yeah, and his camera crew, and he has conspiracy theories against him. Sammy's a genius. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
He wasn't going to win the match.
Especially Sammy being a genius, but yeah, he was not going to win the match. But then number 11 from Raw, John Morrison.
Yeah.
Then Mustafa Ali then drop kicks Woods off the apron while Biggie was trying to help him back in the ring. Biggie then choke throws. So Mustafa Ali then eliminates Xavier Woods. And then Biggie then choke throws Ali over the top rope. Mustafa Ali's then eliminated by Big E. And then number 12, Ricochet. Hold on.
Good old Richard O'Shea.
It's Ricochet, man. In the Indies, in Lucha Underground and NXT. Okay. In Lucha Underground, NXT, and the Indies, okay. But Monday Night Raw?
The guy cannot even get a win on Monday Night Raw these days.
On Monday Night Raw, he's Richard O'Shea.
Yeah.
Richard
a
O'Shea.
loser. Yeah, and a loser on Monday Night Raw. And I hate to say that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say that about Richard. But you can thank Vince McMahon.
Yeah. And he's Ricochet in NXT and Indies Lucha Underground, but Raw he's Richard O'Shea. But now, Ricochet. Now, I got something to say real quick about this right now, Adam. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we see on Raw a few weeks beforehand AJ Styles versus Ricochet on Raw, where if Ricochet won, he'd qualify for the Rumble, and AJ beat Ricochet. Yet Ricochet's in the Rumble anyways. Illogical. Logic gaps, Bruce. Logic gaps. Ricochet loses to AJ Styles in a Rumble qualifying match where if Ricochet wins, he's qualified for the Rumble. But Ricochet loses to Styles a few weeks on Raw before the Rumble last Sunday. Ricochet loses to Styles a few weeks before the Rumble last Sunday. Yeah, Ricochet's in the Rumble last Sunday night anyways. Where's the logic?
Then why was he put in a match against AJ Styles? Why didn't he just declare himself?
Why couldn't it be someone like Angel Garza? Where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
Where is Ro? Where is Tucker? Why not? Why couldn't it be Akira Tozawa or someone like that? Why did it have to be Ricochet?
Where was Drew Gulak's spot in the Royal Rumble?
Exactly. And why the fuck did you book Ricochet and Styles from Raw for weeks beforehand? Why the fuck did you even do that if this was the case? Yeah. With Ricochet in the Rumble anyways.
If this was the case, then where was Drew Gulak's spot in the Royal Rumble? Because didn't he declare himself for the match?
Yeah, then Adam Pearce is like, no, Mr. Gulak, you got to qualify. AJ, it's different. He already announced himself. Yet they use on Twitter they use Adam Pearce on Twitter. Yet they use Adam Pearce as a scapegoat on Twitter with him when they had him say, "Oh, some people can announce themselves to the Rumble, others have to qualify." Because so they used Adam Pearce as a scapegoat with that so they used Adam Pearce as a scapegoat on Twitter because God forbid Vince McMahon is wrong. Because God forbid Vince McMahon himself is wrong. Because Vince McMahon hates being wrong.
Yeah, Ricochet, he loses a qualifiers match to AJ Styles, yet he's still in the Royal Rumble match.
Logic gaps.
Oh,
Yeah, some logic there. Yeah, some logic there, Bruce.
Vince.
Done, you clowns. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So Ricochet then from Raw then enters at number 12. John Morrison from Raw number 11. Ricochet from Raw number 12. Number 13 from Raw, the one-trick pony, Elias. Elias, my good old buddy Elias.
You know the guy who does?
All he does is play music. Got something here.
Yeah.
Because that's all Elias does is play, because Elias, that's all he does is play music. That because Elias, he plays music. I'm not sure if you realize that, and that's all he does. That's all Elias does is play music. The guy can't wrestle out of a paper bag. The guy sucks. Elias can't wrestle. Elias can't wrestle to save his ass. And and Elias sucks, along with Jackson Riker, who, by the way, he's gotten more TV time as of late, more than Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. Just let that sink in. Jackson Riker, he says some shit about Donald Trump on Twitter. This Jackson Riker, he's in the doghouse, and then he gets pushed, and he's on television, and then he gets on television. Riker gets more TV time as of late, recently, more TV time than Cutler and Blake. Let that sink in. When I see Adam rolling his eyes at Jackson Riker, Adam's good old buddy Jackson Riker.
Riker or Rycock?
I can see Adam rolling his eyes about Jackson Riker, Adam's good old buddy Jackson Riker, or Rycock.
Yeah, Jackson Rycock. That's who he is on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and Jackson Riker on Raw, he gets more TV time. Jackson Riker on Raw than Cutler and Blake.
Awful pieces
when you have that, you got a fucking issue.
Awful pieces of business.
Yep. Yeah. Terrible. And then and then so Elias from Raw enters at 13. Elias then dumps Carlito out. I hated that.
Awful.
Elias eliminates Carlito. Garbage. Elias from Raw number 13. Elias eliminates Carlito. Hated that. So Elias eliminates Carlito. And the number 14 from NXT, Damian Priest. This was expected.
This was absolutely expected.
And they didn't change his theme music, and they didn't change his entrance. Thank God.
Yeah, they did not change his attire as well.
Thank God.
But we don't trust this company. Knowing them, in 6 months, they'll change him.
If he's on Raw, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just look what they did to Keith Lee.
Yeah. Now, by the way, is there a coincidence there that the two guys that we expected to be in the men's and the women's Royal Rumble match, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, entered their respective Rumble matches at number 14?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I didn't realize that until you just said that, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ripley and Priest had their send-offs at NXT New Year's Eve earlier in January last month.
Yeah, and they entered
2021.
Yeah, and then they entered their respective Rumble matches at number 14 and get the most eliminations as well.
Yeah, Damian Priest eliminated like at least 4 guys.
Yeah.
Including one was
a coincidence there?
Champion.
Yeah, is there coincidence there? Or are we
Yeah, Ripley was 14, Priest was 14?
Yeah. And they get
Isn't funny without a coincidence? I would agree with you, Adam.
Yeah, and also they get the most eliminations in the respective matches.
Yeah. Yeah. But Damian Priest from NXT is number 14. Priest gets in the ring. He tosses out Elias. Damian Priest eliminates Elias. Back to catering you go, Mr. One Trick Pony, Elias. Titus O'Neil, I'm sure, is waiting for you, Mr. Elias.
Yeah, go back and doing your live concerts that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah. And then number 15 from Raw, The Miz. Oh.
Miz and Morrison in the same match. Why?
So, number 15 from Raw is The Miz. Now, when The Miz was making his way to the ring, he destroys Bad Bunny's DJ set with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Miz and Morrison then double team everyone in the ring. And then Bad Bunny. Yeah, earlier in the show, Bad Bunny did a music concert, which I did not like at all.
Well, he had a music concert with Booker T.
Yeah, Bad Bunny was not. I did not like that. I did not like that concert. I'm Bad Bunny, not a fan. That music thing he did was garbage. To be honest with you guys, I'm really not a fan of rap at all. I only like very few rap, but I am not a huge fan of rap at all. Bad Bunny was not good here in the music concert.
Well, this was a performance just to honor Booker T, who was also on the show with him.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an honor, I understand that. Bad Bunny, in my opinion, though, I don't think I'm just not a fan of rap. If you like rap, that's your cup of tea. It's just not my cup of tea. Rap music.
Yeah. Yeah, but then Bad Bunny appeared during the Royal Rumble match, and The Miz.
Bad Bunny. He stomps his way down to the ring, right? Miz and Morrison, they're laughing, right? They're focused more on Bad Bunny, right? You want to say what happened next, Adam?
The Miz and Morrison continue to be treated like complete jokes.
Priest clotheslines, then Priest because then Damian Priest then clotheslines Miz and Morrison over the top rope, and Miz and Morrison are then both eliminated by Damian Priest simultaneously. Miz and Morrison both eliminated by Damian Priest. And then after this, Bad Bunny climbs the top rope, and what does he do?
He crossbodies both Miz and Morrison
To the outside of the fucking ring.
This is your Mr. Money in the Bank, ladies and gentlemen. The fucking Miz.
And Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm not sure if you realize that, guys.
The Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank. And in the Royal Rumble, he gets eliminated. And listen to this. He gets eliminated in 15 seconds. 15 seconds. He gets into the ring. 15 seconds later, he's eliminated. And he gets cross-bodied by a rapper. How fucking awful is that?
Oh, but Bad Bunny's a fan of the WWE product and professional wrestling, man. Okay. If he's a fan of wrestling, okay. But just stay out of the fucking ring, please, Bad Bunny.
Okay, but please stay out of the ring. And why are you embarrassing your Mr. Money in the Bank like that? This is your Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz, and he's getting cross-bodied by a rapper.
WWE out of touch with their own audience. WWE and Vince McMahon out of touch with their own audience. Oh, but WWE needs the mainstream attention, man. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Then why is Monday Night Raw still getting a 1.8?
They still can't even get an over 2 million viewers. Embarrassing. And now, Bad Bunny. Now, I watched Dynamite not long ago. It was weeks ago. It was early January of 2021. Episode of Dynamite where Snoop Dogg did that frog splash, which did not look good. Bad Bunny actually did a better top rope move than Snoop Dogg did. I do have to say.
Yeah.
I do have to admit. And I like Snoop Dogg, but when Snoop Dogg dived off that top rope on Dynamite weeks ago, that was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Bad Bunny, the way he did it was much better. But Miz and Morrison, they continue to be treated like complete schmucks on Monday Night Raw. They continue to be treated like complete bums on Raw. Miz and Morrison continue to be treated like complete fucking scrubs on Monday Night Raw. And Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm not sure if you realized that. And this is what John Morrison signed with WWE for, right? To be paired with the fucking Miz and to be cross-bodied by a fucking rapper. Let that sink in. This is what John Morrison returned to WWE for. He left the cup. He was out of the WWE for 10 years, and he comes back, and this is what they pay him for all that time he left the company.
Yeah, and this is what they give the Miz the Money in the Bank briefcase for, to get embarrassed.
And by the way, guys, I'm not sure if you realized this also, guys. Weeks ago, didn't this happen a while ago, weeks ago on Raw, Adam, where Grand Metalik beat the Miz clean on Raw weeks ago in 3 minutes via roll-up. 3 minutes lost to Grand Metalik clean was the Miz. He lost to Grand Metalik clean.
Yeah.
In 3 minutes, lost clean with a roll-up roll-up pin. In 3 minutes, was lost to Metalik clean. And then that same night, Miz is given back the briefcase when the Miz failed to cash in at TLC 2020.
Awful. Absolutely awful. How am I supposed to take the Miz?
And what happens when the Miz cashes in his briefcase?
No one will care. Because he was embarrassed by a rapper.
Whether he fails again or cashes in successfully this time, who's going to give a shit? Not me.
Nobody.
Who can even take him seriously at this point? When you're cross-bodied by a fucking rapper, you know you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, your Mr. Money in the Bank was fed to a rapper. How are we supposed? Yeah. How are we supposed to take Mr. Money in the Bank seriously? The holder of the briefcase. How are we supposed to take him seriously?
God awful, absolutely god awful.
Seriously, nobody can take them as seriously after this. Legitimately.
Yeah. And then number 16 from Raw, Matt Riddle. And no, I'm not calling him Riddle. He comes out. Then number 17 from SmackDown, Daniel Bryan. And I thought Bryan would. No, Bryan, I expected him to enter the Rumble later on, but no, but Daniel Bryan enters at 17. But Daniel Bryan from SmackDown enters at 17. And then number 18. Number 18
Mayor
is the Big Red Machine, Kane.
Mayor. Yeah, Kane. The Big Red Monster Kane.
The devil's
brother of destruction, Kane. The devil's favorite demon, Kane. The Big Red Machine, Kane. Paul Bearer's son, Kane. The Undertaker's Kane. The brother of destruction, Kane. Mayor Glenn Jacobs of Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That Kane.
Yeah, that one. Hellfire and Brimstone.
Yeah. You know the fire coming out from the steel post?
Yeah. Where Big Show, he does. That's Big Show. This is Kane. Then also, that's Kane also. Then also Kane. Pyro goes out with a fire.
Yeah, that Kane.
Inferno.
It was nice. It was actually nice seeing him in the Royal Rumble. This was actually his first match in over a year and a half.
Yeah. I think the last time he wrestled was like what? In 2018?
It was in 2019 where he had backstage. He had segments with R-Truth over the 24/7 title, and he won the 24/7 title as well.
Well, I apologize for that. Well, that's how meaningless the 24/7 title is. But go ahead.
Yeah, and then he lost the 24/7 title within 15 minutes.
Yeah, he won the title as Glenn Jacobs, his regular real name himself.
Yeah, and then he lost the championship anyways.
Yeah. I think that was what September 2019 on Raw. I remember watching that Raw.
It was the Monday Night Raw after Clash of Champions, where Kane appeared on Raw and attacked the OC, saving Seth Rollins, who was the Universal Champion. Then he got attacked by the Fiend.
Yeah.
Back when the Fiend was actually over.
Yeah. When he was not dead.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So this was the last time he had a match. That was winning the 24/7 title on a Super Bowl bowl arena, on a baseball arena, I think. And then he lost the title anyways within 15 seconds. The 15 minutes to R-Truth. So this was nice to see him there in the Rumble.
Yeah. Now, do you think this is a wasted pick, though?
No, I don't think. I mean, the guy has the most eliminations ever in Rumble history combined.
I mean, I don't know. I would have loved to see, I don't know. I mean, I would have loved to see someone else in there, but I would have loved to see Gargano in there, but I don't know. But you got Kane.
Yeah,
but
this was nice.
Kane eliminated 11 guys in the 2001 Royal Rumble. Held the record for 13 years until Roman Reigns broke it in 2014.
Yeah.
And no, Braun Strowman doesn't hold the record for most eliminations in one Rumble. The greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia does not count, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. I'm sorry. So Kane's number 18. Number 18 is the Big Red Machine Kane. He enters the ring. He's in the Rumble. And Kane is at it with Ziggler. Kane eliminates Ziggler, a la where the 2009 Royal Rumble, how Kane eliminated Dolph Ziggler. Then 12 years later, Kane eliminates Dolph Ziggler in the Royal Rumble.
Again.
So Dolph Ziggler's then out by Kane. And then Kane eliminates Ziggler. And then Kane chokeslams Ricochet. When Kane goes for Ricochet, Ricochet goes over the top rope. He hangs on. Ricochet tries that enziguri thing, like that the kick that Finn Balor does when he's on the outside apron. He does that kick to Kane, does Ricochet. But Kane has Ricochet by the throat. Then a chokeslam to Ricochet on the outside apron. And Ricochet is then eliminated by Kane. Poor Ricochet. 3 more years left of suffering for Ricochet. Sad.
Yeah, imagine being Ricochet and you're in the Royal Rumble match and you get chokeslammed out of the ring and get eliminated in the Royal Rumble match by a 53-year-old Glenn Jacobs. Kane.
And Ricochet, I don't think he got any eliminations either in this match either.
Yeah, he did not get an elimination.
Ricochet got 0 eliminations in this thing.
Yeah.
None. Oh, but Kane's a guaranteed Hall of Famer, man. I understand that, but Ricochet couldn't eliminate at least one guy?
Yeah, at least one guy? And this couldn't have hurt him?
Yeah.
But no, he gets no eliminations and he gets chokeslammed out of the Royal Rumble by a near 54-year-old Kane. Yes, Kane will be turning 54 next April, on April 26th.
This April.
Yeah, this April, yeah. He'll be 54.
Yeah.
Yeah, 54-year-old Kane eliminate Ricochet.
3 more years left. Go ahead.
3 more years of suffering for Ricochet.
Yeah. Oh, but Ricochet will be pushed as a big star in Raw soon, though, man. You'll see, man. Sure, they're gonna push Ricochet.
They'll push him. He's gonna be pushed in Titus Catering.
Yeah. Awful. So then, after Kane eliminates Ricochet, Bryan and Kane then lock eyes. Daniel Bryan and Kane, Team Hell No. They hug it out and all. Vintage Team Hell No. The former tag team champions from Night of Champions 2012,
Yeah. Yeah, but
where they argued who were the tag team champions.
Yeah, that was nice.
Bryan and Kane hug it out. So they do that. Daniel Bryan and Kane lock eyes, they hug it out. Kane then chokeslams Daniel Bryan. And then Damian Priest and Kane went at it, right? Hellfire and Brimstone versus the Archer of Infinity. And then Kane and Priest go at it. and Damian Priest with ease eliminates Kane. So Kane is then eliminated. So Damian Priest then eliminates Kane, a former WWE champion, former ECW champ, former World Heavyweight champion. Kane eliminated by Damian Priest from NXT. That is big.
That is big for Damian Priest.
You love to see it. So Damian Priest eliminated Elias. He eliminated Miz and Morrison. Then he eliminated Kane. 4 eliminations for Damian Priest.
Yeah, including Kane,
who's a former world champion. That should tell you something about Kane and what he thinks of Damian Priest.
Yeah.
That should tell you that. And that should tell you something that Kane's not only in it for himself, he's there, he's like he wants to put the young guys over. And he's not that kind of guy that's only in it for himself, and he's that kind of guy that's in there to make talent look good. Like Damian Priest. And it showed in the Rumble last Sunday. Damian Priest eliminating Kane. Do you know how big that is?
Yeah, this is huge for Damian Priest's career.
Absolutely. And Damian Priest, it's like, and Damian Priest now on Raw with Adam and I, unfortunately, watching Raw last night. Like, Damian Priest now on Raw. How do you fuck him up? How do you fuck him up? It's damn near impossible. I hope they don't fuck him up, but I have no faith in Raw to do the right thing with him at all. Damian Priest. But anyways, so Damian Priest eliminates Kane. And number 19 from SmackDown, Baron Corbin. Then Corbin and Nakamura go at it. Shinsuke Nakamura eliminated by Baron Corbin. Number 20 from SmackDown, Otis. Corbin then sends Otis over the top. Otis eliminated by Baron Corbin. When Otis was going for his like bonsai dropper Vader bomb, I think, right?
Vader bomb was the Vader bomb.
Yeah, Otis was going for the Vader bomb, but Corbin dumped him over the top rope, and Otis is eliminated by Baron Corbin. Number 21 from SmackDown, Dominic, not Rey, Dominic Mysterio. So Dominic charges in at Corbin, but is quickly slammed into the mat. Corbin lifts Dominic up, but Dominic reverses it into a head scissors that sends Corbin to the outside. So then Baron Corbin's then eliminated by Dominic Mysterio. Number 22 nice. Raw, Hurt Business member and the U.S. champion, Bobby Lashley. Then Lashley enters the ring. He picks up Dominic and launches him out of the ring. And Dominic Mysterio is eliminated by Bobby Lashley. And I mean, he launched Dominic over the top rope. The way Dominic landed, holy shit.
He threw him right to space.
Like he launched him, like he had him here, and like the way Dominic landed, man, oh my God. What a launch by Lashley. So Dominic Mysterio is eliminated by Bobby Lashley. And then Lashley and Priest go at it. Damian Priest is then eliminated by Bobby Lashley. This I was not a fan of. I wasn't. Wow. And then Biggie and Lashley then lock eyes. Biggie and Lashley then brawl. The U.S. and IC champions then go at it with each other in the ring. And then number 23. Number 23. Number 23. How do I do this? I don't know if I'd say he's a legend, but he's also been as Gregory Helms, but before Gregory Helms, he was stay in the back. There's a hurricane coming through. The Hurricane Helms, the Hurricane. Number 23. The Hurricane, he flew. The Hurricane 23. It was nice to see Hurricane Helms or Shane Helms. It was nice to see him.
Yeah.
Now, why couldn't Jeff Hardy still be in this thing, and why couldn't we see Jeff and Helms go at it?
Yeah.
Because, Shane Helms is really like, I think, isn't he close with the Hardys?
Yeah.
Shane Helms. Yeah. So, the Hurricane is, entry 23 is the Hurricane. Hurricane then tries to chokeslam Lashley and Biggie at the same time for a double choke slam. I'm like, no way, he's not gonna double choke slam Biggie and Lashley. So Biggie and Lashley looking at like this guy like, what the hell is wrong with the Hurricane? What the hell is wrong with this guy? So Lashley and Biggie are doing this, and Biggie and Lashley both press slam Hurricane out of the ring. Hurricane flew over the top, and Hurricane's eliminated by Biggie and Bobby Lashley. I mean, the Hurricane, he flew, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, at least he lasted more in the Royal Rumble than the fucking Miz.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
How sad is that? That
Yeah,
he
the
lasts longer than
Hurricane.
the fucking Miz.
Yeah, and the Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank. Yet he lasts less time in the Royal Rumble than the Hurricane.
Terrible. Terrible. Then 24 is Christian. Captain Charisma.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, the creator of the Peep Show. The former World's Heavyweight Champion, former ECW Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, former European Champion, former Light Heavyweight Champion, former Hardcore Champion, former European Champion, former Tag Team Champion. Christian is in the Royal Rumble at 24. It's Christian.
Former NWA World Champion Christian.
Yeah, former NWA World Champion. Yeah. And because Christian, and by the way, Christian, he wants one more match. The Randy Orton SmackDown 2011 feud. Very underrated feud.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was not expecting Christian to enter the Royal Rumble. I was not.
I wasn't expecting that either. But Christian stuns Lashley when Christian gets in the ring. But when Christian gets in the ring, he stuns Lashley on the top rope. Just Christian. Everyone in the ring then dumps Lashley out. And Lashley's then eliminated. And it took 4 guys to eliminate Bobby Lashley. It was, I think, Daniel Bryan. It was Matt Riddle, I think. Big E.
And Christian.
Took 4 guys to eliminate Bobby Lashley. So Christian, Big E, Matt Riddle, and Daniel Bryan, those 4 eliminate Bobby Lashley. Takes 4 guys to eliminate Bobby Lashley out of this thing. So Lashley's then eliminated. I like the way how they protected Lashley here.
Yeah.
This I'm okay with because this protects him. If you have one guy solo eliminate Lashley, that doesn't make Lashley look good.
Yeah.
So 4 guys eliminating Lashley, this makes Lashley look strong, and I have no problem with this. So then Edge and Christian hug in the ring. Edge and Christian reunite for a bit in the ring. E&C reunite in the ring for a bit. But they have with the 5-second pose.
Yeah.
So then Matt Riddle then tries to join in. And this was, I don't know what you thought. Did you think this was kind of funny to you with Matt Riddle with Edge and Christian? Matt Riddle tries to join in with Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
He's like, he says like something like bro, and like, so he's like trying to join Edge and Christian. There's Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
And then Riddle tries to join in, and he's taken out by Edge and Christian, man. This, I don't know what you thought of this. I kind of thought this is funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So then number 25 from Raw is AJ Styles with Omos not in the Rumble, or Big Jordan, as Adam would call him.
Yeah, well, he was called Big Jordan before he was called Omos.
Yeah. Call him what you want, Big Jordan or Omos, but anyways. AJ Styles from Raw 25. And then number 26 from SmackDown, Rey Mysterio. Then Mysterio almost knocks Styles out of the ring. Omos catches him. And then he tosses him back in the ring. Omos then pulls Big E over the top rope. I mean, he pulled Big E over the top rope. Then Omos palms Big E's face and tosses him over the announce desk. So Big E's eliminated by Omos, who was not in the Rumble. And I mean, he grabbed Big E, tossed him over.
Yeah.
So that was impressive.
Yeah.
And then So Big E's eliminated by Omos, who was not in the Rumble. Number 27 from Raw, Sheamus. And then Mysterio then tries to hit the 619 on Styles, but Omos blocks it. Omos then tosses Mysterio into the barricade. Rey Mysterio's then eliminated by Omos. And then 28 from SmackDown, Cesaro. Cesaro lands a flurry of European uppercuts. Sheamus and Cesaro then fist pump. Little bar reunion a bit there. And then Cesaro then double leg Sheamus, and Cesaro swings him with the Cesaro swing. And then Cesaro with the Cesaro swing on Daniel Bryan as well. When he does this to Bryan, right? I thought it was never going to end. When Cesaro did the swing on Bryan, when Cesaro did the swing on Daniel Bryan, I was thinking, man, oh man, could we go for 100 reps with the Cesaro swing on Daniel Bryan? Imagine if Cesaro did that.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I would have felt nearly dizzy. It's like, imagine Cesaro doing the Cesaro swing 100 repetitions. Imagine.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That would be must-see television.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. And then number 29 from SmackDown, the Messiah, though he's no Messiah. Number 29 from SmackDown, Seth Rollins. He's back. Seth Rollins, number 29 from SmackDown in the Rumble last Sunday night. So Seth Rollins is back, Mr. Becky Lynch. You know? So Seth is in this thing. And then number 30 from Raw, and no, it wasn't Goldberg. It was because I run fast. Braun Strowman. Because he runs fast.
Yes, folks. Braun Strowman was number 30.
And he runs fast, guys. I'm not sure if you realize that. Braun Strowman runs fast. And that's all he does is run fast. Guy does a shitty drop kick. Guy does a shitty power slam. Guy is the worst world champion, top 3 worst world champions outside of the great Khali and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
That guy, Braun Strowman, and he's a clown.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, the one-trick pony. The guy sucks. Guy can't wrestle out of a paper bag. Braun Strowman, guy can't wrestle out of a paper bag. So Strowman from Raw, number 30, and Goldberg was not in the Rumble. Good. And I think after McIntyre beat Goldberg earlier tonight, I don't think we had to worry anymore about Goldberg in the Rumble.
Yeah.
So, but Strowman from Raw is number 30. And Strowman destroys everyone. He runs fast in the turnbuckle. The Edge and Christian, he's running fast. He's running like he was doing this, guys. He's doing.
Well, they can't see you, bro. They can't see you. You gotta do it from behind you, so that they can see you.
Yeah, he was like Braun Strowman. He's running. Braun Strowman ran fast in the Rumble, guys. Braun Strowman ran fast.
Yeah, yes, he did. Because that's all he's capable at doing.
That's all he's good at.
Yeah.
That's all Braun Strowman fucking does is run fast.
Yeah.
Guy is a terrible pro wrestler. Braun Strowman's a terrible professional wrestler. Braun Strowman can't wrestle for shit.
Yeah. He sucks.
So, yeah. And then Strowman tosses out Styles over the top. Now, Braun, he runs fast, and that's all Braun does. But for once in the Rumble, Braun actually had a brain because he then eliminates Styles and then he's trying to eliminate AJ Styles as Braun Strowman, right? And how earlier in the matchup, Omos was trying to catch Styles to avoid elimination for Styles. So Omos is on this side of the ring, right? And outside is Omos. Braun has AJ here. And Omos is on this side, but not on this side. And Strowman tosses AJ over the top rope to eliminate AJ, but not from this side, but from the other side.
Yeah. Fun fact. Fun fact: Big Jordan had more eliminations in the Royal Rumble than The Miz, Daniel Bryan, John Morrison, and Dolph Ziggler, and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. And then Braun Strowman for once had a brain here.
Yeah.
The way Braun Strowman eliminated AJ Styles, and almost it's like, and Strowman knew he almost wasn't going to be fast enough to get to save Styles from elimination on the other side. So for once, Braun had a brain for once.
Yeah, but
When Braun eliminated AJ Styles.
But Big Jordan, he had 2 eliminations in the Royal Rumble, and he's not even in the match.
Yeah.
He had more eliminations in the match than Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz. How bad is it? How pathetic.
When you have that, you know you got a fucking big, you got a big issue.
Seriously, imagine being Mr. Money in the Bank, imagine being The Miz, and you have less eliminations than a guy who is not even in the match. He might as well have been in the fucking match, Big Jordan, and eliminate more other guys than the fucking Miz would have done.
Yeah. So then Strowman tosses Styles over the top rope, but almost catches Styles again. Strowman tosses Cesaro out. Cesaro's out by Braun Strowman. Strowman then is about to toss AJ out, but almost steps in the way. Almost then tosses Styles out of the other side of the ring. AJ Styles is then eliminated by Braun Strowman. And then after Cesaro got eliminated, before Styles got eliminated, Sheamus was then eliminated by Braun Strowman. Sheamus goes for a bro kick, but he misses it, and Strowman eliminates Sheamus.
Yep.
And then Daniel Bryan hits the running knee at Edge. Bryan tosses Edge over the top rope, but Edge holds on to the top rope. Bryan lands a series of drop kicks to everyone left standing. Rollins is hiding on the outside of the ring. And Bryan and Riddle lock up and trade submission holds. Daniel Bryan and Matt Riddle. Something I would love to see. Go ahead.
Something we all would love to see.
Yeah. They had a really nice back and forth in this match, as Matt Riddle and Daniel Bryan. That was really good. So then Bryan lands a missile drop kick. Was Daniel Bryan. Rollins then sneaks in the ring and he hits the curb stomp. Rollins then tosses out Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan's eliminated by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, I hate you.
Seth Rollins, I love you.
Seth Rollins. Ugh.
Seth Rollins, we love you, bro.
Seth Rollins is no messiah. He can't fight Daniel Bryan man to man. You know, this is the same guy who months ago, Rollins had legit heat with Matt Riddle. Until very recently and lately, when they looks like they squashed that beef.
Yeah.
It was Rollins and Riddle, but before that, months ago, Rollins had legit heat with Riddle. And months ago, Rollins didn't even want to work with Matt Riddle. He couldn't even take one little joke from Matt Riddle. but you don't know what you're talking about, man. Then why did they move Matt Riddle to Raw the 2020 WWE October draft? Why do they do that?
Yeah.
Because Rollins can't take a joke. He can't take a little comment from Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
He can't take one little simple joke from Matt Riddle. Yeah, some company guy there in Rollins, right?
Yeah, some company guy you are there, Mr. Colby, Mr. Seth Rollins.
But no, he wants to continue working with the Mysterios, right?
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to work with Matt Riddle.
And nobody cared about his feud with the fucking Mysterios.
Yeah. And then it's like you didn't want to work with Matt Riddle. Really? Fuck out of here. Oh, but Survivor Series 2020, the way Rollins got eliminated had nothing to do with Matt Riddle, man. Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
And Matt Riddle's wrong about Seth Rollins, man. Seth Rollins is the best in the world, man. Matt Riddle's wrong about Seth Rollins, man. He's right about Seth Rollins. Oh, but Seth is the best in the world when he's better than Okada and Omega, man.
There he is.
They got Seth Rollins is not good at social media. He's not the Messiah, and he can't even take a little joke from Matt Riddle. And he can't fight Daniel Bryan man to man.
Yeah, the only Messiah he's good at is his marriage, which I'm happy for.
Yeah. Yeah, in all seriousness, though, happy for Seth and Becky. Happy for Seth Rollins now that he's a father.
Yeah, but this is the only thing he's a Messiah at.
Yeah. Oh, but Seth Rollins is the Monday night / Friday night Messiah, man. No, Seth is not the Messiah.
He's anything but a Messiah on SmackDown.
Yeah, or wherever Brandy is on.
Even with any brand he's on, the shows are still terrible, especially Monday night.
Yeah. I mean, SmackDown's no better, but Raw is just, oh my God.
Yeah. How is the show even that bad?
Yeah. So Daniel Bryan eliminates Seth Rollins, and then after Seth Rollins showed how much of a coward he is against Daniel Bryan, Rollins then curb stomps Riddle on the apron. Rollins and Riddle finally go at it. Rollins and Riddle finally go at it against each other.
Yeah.
And then Rollins then stomps Riddle on the apron. Riddle falls to the floor. Matt Riddle's then eliminated by Seth Rollins. And then we're down to Rollins, Edge, Christian, and Strowman. Rollins tells Strowman that they are the future. Edge and Christian are the past. Rollins tells Strowman to work with him. Strowman then slams Rollins. Strowman then runs over Edge and Christian. Strowman.
Yeah, by the way, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, the future. Well, Seth Rollins, okay, but Strowman, his future is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's future should be
Seth Rollins, what he said to Strowman? I don't know. Seth, what are you talking about, buddy?
Well, Seth Rollins, maybe you could still continue with the company in the future, but Strowman's future should be unemployment.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Strowman was Universal Champion for 4 or 5 months. For 4 or 5 months, Strowman was Universal Champion, and it was so bad.
Yeah. The guy shouldn't even be on Monday Night Raw's Braun Strowman. He shouldn't even be employed. Braun Strowman shouldn't even be on Monday Night Raw challenging for World Championships, period.
Braun should be at the unemployment line.
Yeah.
Right at the unemployment line. And Braun Strowman, one of the worst world champions ever outside of the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal. It's Braun Strowman, the Great Khali, then Jinder Mahal. Top 3 worst world champions of all time. And in wrestling history. And Braun was the former Universal Champion. Just let that sink in. Strowman then tries to slam Edge out of the ring, but Edge turns it into a guillotine and almost pulls Strowman over the top rope. Christian then joins in and tries to eliminate Strowman. Rollins then charges in and dumps Strowman and Christian. Edge is then left on the apron. Strowman and Christian are both eliminated. And then Edge and Rollins are in the ring. Rollins tries a curb stomp on Edge. Edge avoids the curb stomp, and he dumps Rollins out. Seth Rollins is eliminated by Edge. And then Orton appears out of nowhere.
And Randy Orton.
Go ahead.
He wasn't eliminated. He was not even in the match for most of the 60 minutes or 62 minutes the match was.
Yeah, and they actually showed a thing during this men's Rumble match where they were tending where the medical staff were tending to Orton's leg.
Yeah.
And it's like Orton didn't take a nap, but it's like he was tended to his leg, and it's like I knew during this whole match Orton was never out.
Yeah, and showed it in the final minutes of the match. He was actually all right.
Yeah, and then Orton appears out of nowhere. Orton, it's the RKO and Edge. I'm like, no, please don't tell me Orton's winning the Rumble. Please, fucking God, no. Who wants to see that? Nobody. And then Orton appears out of nowhere, hits the RKO on Edge. Orton then tries to toss Edge over the top rope, but Edge counters and launches Orton over the top rope for the win. Randy Orton's last eliminated by Edge. And the winner of the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble, the rated R superstar Edge. Your thoughts on all of this?
That was a good Royal Rumble match.
A good Royal Rumble, yeah. But my pick was Daniel Bryan. I think the wrong winner happened. But if Edge goes for McIntyre, and if Bryan wins the Chamber, I'm okay with this. And no, guys, it should not. And no, guys, Edge versus Roman Reigns is not a good idea. And Cameron, I like it, but I know you're out somewhere listening right now, Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh, but Edge and Roman's a WrestleMania match. Edge versus Roman. We need Edge versus Roman. Edge versus Roman. Edge versus Roman. Enough. Enough of that, guys. Enough. Do we have to educate you why Edge versus Roman Reigns is not a good idea?
Yeah.
Must
what are
we
you gonna
take
do,
you to
Edge?
school on that? Must we?
For what? Just for Edge to lose?
I mean, if you do Edge versus Roman, Roman can't lose. Roman can't lose. If Edge beats Roman, Roman is buried.
Yeah.
Why would you have Roman lose to Edge like that? Why would you do that? It's stupid, and it kills Roman's momentum.
Yeah. Because it's the people who wanted Edge versus Roman. Honestly, are people these stupid these days? I mean, they want something to happen, and then when it happens, they all complain. And they never get happy with anything.
Yeah. Oh, but
Fucking idiots.
Roman and Edge is better than Edge and McIntyre, man. We need Edge versus Roman, spear versus spear, man. Fuck that.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Spear versus spear. Nobody wanted to see Reigns and Goldberg spear versus spear. You think it's going to be any different with you think it's going to be different with possible Edge versus Roman?
No.
Spear versus spear. Nobody wants to see Edge and Gold. Nobody wants to see Goldberg and Roman spear versus spear. Nobody wants to see Edge versus Roman spear versus spear.
Yeah.
But Edge versus Roman Reigns is a dream match, man.
Where is it a dream match? Number one.
If you want Edge versus Roman Reigns, do it on WWE 2K20 or 2K19, not in real life.
Yeah. Or do it at next year's WrestleMania, in WrestleMania 38.
In 2020 and 2022, yeah. You can easily do that.
Yeah.
Edge versus Roman at Mania 37 that's not a good idea. That's not the way to go. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan is the way to go. Or if not Roman versus Bryan, Roman Reigns versus John Cena. And Cena tries to go for 17th world title reign, and Cena would put Reigns over. If you do Edge versus Roman, Roman Reigns is a god right now. He's untouchable. Reigns beating Edge, I won't do anything because Roman's is a god right now. And I mean, if Roman beats Edge, it's like it's not necessary. It's not needed. It isn't.
Not.
And you're gonna have Reigns lose to Edge?
Come on now. It's ridiculous.
Edge versus Roman. Roman can't lose.
Where is it? It's Edge versus McIntyre. That Edge could try to chase the title he never lost the last time he was the champion.
Yeah. And doesn't it tell? Yeah. And like and the other things with that. And if you do Edge versus McIntyre, if Edge wins, McIntyre probably won't be that buried. But at the same time, McIntyre beating Edge is probably the move to go with as well. At the same time, McIntyre beating Edge, because Hell in a Cell 2020, they took the belt off of McIntyre foolishly. Hell in a Cell 2020, remember that?
Yeah.
Only to give it right back to Drew less than a month later.
Yeah.
Which was terrible. And look at the Raw side of things. Who is there on Raw worthy enough to fight McIntyre at WrestleMania this year for the WWE title outside of Sheamus? There's nobody.
Keith Lee is buried. We've seen the match already with Keith Lee and Drew.
Matt Riddle?
The
What
guy's
has he
political
done
loser.
since coming to Raw?
All he was doing is bringing in donuts and pizza and get
Bro
fed
now.
to Bobby Lashley.
And fed to Bobby Lashley in the Hurt Business. Jeff Hardy, he's a loser on Raw, and I hate to say that.
Feuded with Jackson Rycock and Elias Sampson.
Ever since coming to Raw, he's feuded with only Elias.
Yeah. Who else is there?
Braun
Boring.
Strowman? Who wants to see that? Nobody. McIntyre versus
Nobody.
Strowman. Who the hell wants to see that?
No one wants to see Braun Strowman run fast in a fucking world title match.
Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar? No. No.
No. No.
McIntyre and Lesnar. Who with a brain would think that that's a good idea? That's a terrible idea.
We've seen it already.
And why would McIntyre and Lesnar again? What, to give Lesnar back the belt? Then why did you give Drew the belt at Mania 36?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Who else? Sheamus, that's the only one I can think of. Jinder Mahal? Fuck no. Fuck no.
No. Anyone but Jinder.
Yeah. AJ Styles, we've seen it.
You wasted it on a TLC pay-per-view when you should have waited till WrestleMania.
A D-level pay-per-view in TLC, a gimmick pay-per-view that needs to go away in TLC.
Yeah. Who is there? John Cena?
Yeah. Undertaker?
You could bring.
No.
You
Undertaker's
could bring-
retired.
He's retired. The guy's crippled.
Yeah. Triple H? No.
He's possibly gonna face AJ Styles.
The shirt WrestleMania 37, yeah.
Yeah, who is there?
There
Do
is
you bring
nobody.
back-
Go ahead.
Do you bring back John Cena?
Yeah. There is
Drew McIntyre.
nobody on Raw worthy to fight McIntyre at WrestleMania 37 for the WWE title outside of Sheamus. There's nobody outside of Sheamus.
Well,
Because
that's why
Sheamus
Edge
and
versus
McIntyre have actually had their recent, as of late, feud and all. Before
Yeah.
it was McIntyre versus Goldberg build for the Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, and I think that's the reason why Edge versus Roman is not a good idea for WrestleMania. Because if
Yeah.
you do Edge versus Roman, who is there for McIntyre? Where if you do Edge versus McIntyre, it's better because
Yeah, and
you have
you can
someone
still-
because you have someone that could fight McIntyre that's worthy outside of Sheamus.
Yeah, and you have Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Now, another thing that's like, oh, but, and yeah, another thing, and Edge was McIntyre. In my opinion, that's a better story with Edge trying to win back the title, the world title he never lost in 2011. When 2011, Edge was forced to retire for 9 years.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Oh, but the Universal title, and no, the Universal title is not the same as the World Heavyweight title. And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the World Heavyweight title vacated or folded into the WWE title back from TLC 2013? Oh, but that's not true, man. It is. It is. Go watch TLC 2013 with John Cena versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, or watch Brock Lesnar get presented his own WWE Championship.
At SummerSlam 2014 when Brock Lesnar demolished John Cena.
Yeah.
You know, that one.
Yeah.
The Universal title is not the same thing as the World Heavyweight title. Universal title is a completely different world title.
The Universal title before Roman held it right now, it was a fucking fruit snack.
Yeah. It took 4 years for the Universal title to mean something when after Roman shortly turned heel.
Yeah. It took the Universal title 4 years to finally have the first good run.
Yeah. Finn Balor was the inaugural Universal Champion, but he got injured. Kevin Owens,
he was a joke of a champion and not his fault.
Goldberg at Fastlane 2017.
Twice.
Only for him to lose it to Lesnar at Mania 33. To Brock Lesnar.
And then lose it to Strowman
at Mania
36.
36. Roman Reigns at SummerSlam 2018. That was before Roman was the tribal chief, and then and then Roman Reigns, unfortunately, with his leukemia back in October 2018. Unfortunately, when Roman went down with leukemia.
Brock Lesnar was holding the title hostage.
Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35. What did he do with it?
He was a miserable Universal Champion.
And then Seth Rollins in 2019 with social media, man.
Oh,
The guy was a clown at social media.
legitimately. The Fiend, don't get me started.
Saudi Arabia, Goldberg, Super Showdown 2020, when Goldberg buried the Fiend.
Yeah.
And yeah, it took 4 years for the Universal title to finally mean something. 4 years.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman, don't even get me started on him.
One of the worst Universal title reign of all time.
Braun Strowman, one of the worst world champions ever, Adam, outside of the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
It took 4 years for the Universal title to finally mean something, and that was shortly after Roman turned heel and when it was revealed to be a Paul Heyman guy. That was shortly after all that.
Yeah.
That was shortly after all that. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like you're gonna have Edge beat Roman for the Universal title. That's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
Edge versus Roman can't lose. I'm telling you now. And if it's Edge versus McIntyre, and it should be Edge and McIntyre, look at the SmackDown Men's Chamber match for the Elimination Chamber. Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, maybe a Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And that's a damn good SmackDown Men's Elimination Chamber at the Chamber pay-per-view if that's the case.
Legitimately.
You know? And Edge versus McIntyre and Roman and Bryan's the way to go. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Edge versus Roman, Edge versus Roman. No, no, and no.
It will blow right in your face.
Yeah. Oh, but Edge versus Roman's the way to go. It's a dream match. It's the right idea. No, it's not. No, it's not. So don't even try and argue that. And I know Cameron, it's like I like and all. It's like, and Cameron, I like it, but respectfully, Cameron, I have to disagree with you. Cameron, I like it, but with all due respect, Cameron, I have to disagree. But Cameron, with all due respect, I respectfully have to disagree with you.
Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's not taking Dolph Ziggler fucking initiation.
I hope not. I mean, I like Cameron, but it's like, but for the people, but it's like people like Edge versus Roman. Look, I know you guys want Edge versus Roman, but it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. Don't be like Dolph Ziggler. Don't be a geek.
Yeah.
Come on, use your brains. You got to think.
Yeah.
Think from a logical standpoint. Don't let WWE insult your intelligence.
Yeah.
And Cameron, I do like you, but it's just, but Cameron, it's like, with all due respect, I have to disagree with you. I do. Edge versus Roman is not the direction to go with. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan and Drew McIntyre and Edge. Those are the routes to go with. Those are the ones to go with. Edge wins the Rumble. And then you give Bryan the Elimination Chamber. Boom. There you go. And Roman Reigns, does he even need to defend that title at the Chamber or Fastlane? Or if he defends at one of the two, what do you do? The Chamber?
No, he doesn't defend the title at both.
Do you think Roman gets Nakamura at the Chamber?
Maybe. Or maybe he defends it at Fastlane against Nakamura or Cesaro.
We'll see, but Fastlane, but yeah, But I would have to agree with you, Adam. Roman, I don't think he does. He doesn't need to defend the title at the Chamber or Fastlane. Fastlane is just a throwaway show. The Chamber in between Mania and the Elimination Chamber between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania makes sense, but Fastlane makes no sense. It's just a filler pay-per-view. That's all it is. Why Fastlane is even there is just mind-boggling to me.
I don't know.
But yeah, your quick thoughts on the men's Rumble and your quick thoughts on the Rumble show as a whole before we get the hell out of here.
Well, for the Rumble show as a whole, I said the Rumble match for the men was good. The Royal pay-per-view as a whole was great. It was an excellent show.
Yeah, probably, and the Rumble this year probably, and when come the end of the year of 2021, the 2021 Royal Rumble show will probably be up for candidate for one of the best pay-per-views of the year, probably, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Triple H, by the way, not sure if you knew, Vince was not there at the show, by the way, guys. There was a report on Ringside News that said Vince wasn't even there, but Triple H booked the show. No wonder why the Rumble was so good last Sunday. Yeah. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Yeah.
No wonder why it was so good.
Yeah, this is why Triple H needs to take over. When Vince is not there, everything is better.
Yeah. And what if Bruce is there, but Triple H is there? Do you think Triple H is going to let Bruce get away with it?
Nope.
Yeah, because Triple H is not an idiot. He's not a yes man.
Yeah. This is why Vince McMahon needs to hand over the keys to the kingdom. And hand over the keys to Triple H.
And Vince McMahon needs to retire. I don't care. Look, I respect Vince, I really do, but he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The man can't do it anymore. Just retire and give the keys to Triple H.
The Royal Rumble pay-per-view showed it, that Triple H needs to take over the main roster. Right now.
Yeah, but Triple H is not a genius, man. You know, NXT's not the same. When you want Triple H to take over, man, Vince is a genius. Triple H ain't a genius. Triple H, if he takes over, it's the same old shit with minor changes here and there, man. Look what Triple H does with NXT.
Yeah, look what he did at the Royal Rumble. And Vince McMahon was not even there. And what if Vince McMahon was the one who produced the Royal Rumble? Would we have gotten what we got?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Of course, we will not have gotten what we. Of course, we will not have gotten what we got if Vince McMahon was the one producing the show.
If Triple H was the one that produced the Rumble on Sunday, and if this is what is to come in the future, then this will be a success. And Vince Dunn and Bruce need to get out because they don't care what they do. They don't love what they do, and they're only there for this, and that's the money.
Legitimate.
Triple H needs to take over, and the company will be much better when Triple H takes over. If the Rumble last Sunday didn't show you that, I don't know what. If the Rumble last Sunday night did not show you that, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. The Rumble last Sunday was a good show. And a good men's Rumble, though the wrong winner. But as long as Bryan wins the Chamber and we get Bryan and Reigns at Mania, then I'm okay with it. And the Rumble last Sunday, good show. And that is the Royal Rumble that is your Royal Rumble 2021 review and results video. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiori2014. And follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiori.31. Follow Adam on Facebook, Instagram as well. And follow Adam on Twitter at Carl Adam Johnson over on Twitter. Go follow Adam on Twitter at Carl Adam Johnson. And hit that like button, guys. And after you hit that like button, be sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on that bell for all notifications so you guys are notified whenever I upload videos from the channel and onto YouTube and published onto YouTube. So hit that bell for so subscribe to the Furious Nation YouTube channel right here on youtube.com. Subscribe to the Furious Nation channel and turn that bell for all notifications and hit that like button as well, guys. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm Nick Fiori. This is Adam. This is the Royal Rumble 2021 review and results video. And I'll see you next time right here in the channel for more good content right here in the channel. And Adam and I will see you next time right here in the channel for the Monday Night Raw review from Raw, February 1st of 2021, the Raw after the 2021 Royal Rumble. Talk to you guys later, and thank you.